screwed up here. Where?
He's
What's?
still not here.
Well, why? It's his cousin. He runs the show.
I don't know,
He
man.
runs the
It's
show.
so it's every week with this nonsense all
Oh
the time.
God.
And
But
he's gonna come on. He's gonna be like, "Oh, hey,
for as
the majority report
professional,
mentioned me again."
as he is,
Yeah, you'd think he'd have a clock. Oh,
I'm trying to figure.
oh,
All right, let me.
it's at the point I'm not even happy for him anymore when the majority report plugs him. Because now when I hear Sam Cedar talk about it, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hear about this 40 times.
And I'm back, for God's sakes. Where the fuck are you, Matt?
Killing.
He set this up, and I come
Hey, what's
early.
up?
Hey,
Sorry I'm late.
buddy. Oh, no
Hi,
big deal.
Matt.
Whatever.
Oh, shit.
Hey,
Well, it's really good to see you.
you too.
Yeah,
It's good to
I
man.
see
have,
you. How are you
I,
guys?
I have
Oh, I'm doing
missed
fantastic.
you. I have
Oh,
Yeah.
missed you two whole weeks,
that is
and
very sweet.
Yeah.
I missed the Vanguard, but I kind of think you guys were better without me with the Vanguard anyway.
Oh, you make
Mhm.
everything better, Sandy. I love you. Oh, wait, should we start? You guys want to
Yeah, let's
kick
just
it
go.
off?
Yeah.
Let's do
All
it.
right, all
Sorry,
right.
sorry I'm
People are
late, by the
joining
way.
already.
No
Yeah,
big
My
deal.
well,
bad.
we don't get that, but oh well.
Okay.
Shit
It won't
happens.
happen again. Reminder not to talk during the opening credits, please.
I don't think I do. I'm pretty good about it.
I think we all do sometimes, but
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I think we're
All
pretty
right.
good about it.
Usually, I'll be honest. Usually, I do, but I forget to click the unmute on my microphone.
Now that is fun.
So I think I'm feeding in jokes, and then I realize, oh, no, that was just for me, I guess.
Those are my favorite jokes from you.
Well, I don't know.
No, no.
Andrew is the one that talked a lot during the intro.
Yeah, please be quiet.
All
And
right.
and
Sorry.
or at least talk quietly so that we don't ruin this beautiful song because
All right, fair enough.
somebody worked hard on this.
I'm
so
working
No.
a song. I'm
ruin
going to
it.
work on a song. All right.
Don't ruin it. Hey, how's it going?
All right.
Ew.
Well, welcome to. Oh, it's not welcome to Environmental Coffee House. What the hell am
Oh.
I saying? Hi, I'm Sandy Shellis, and welcome to Left Past 10.
Is that what it would be like to be on your show?
Well,
How's the intro go? To
for the
refresh
last
my
7
memory.
years. For the last
Yeah.
7 years,
Like
I
if I
say,
was sitting here and it was your
okay.
show, what would you say?
Hi, I'm Sandy Shellis, and welcome to Environmental Coffee House for the 100 millionth time. And this week, we've got blah, 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 and then we talk about what the hell the shit's going down or what's falling apart.
7 years.
Mhm. I put
awesome.
up 3 best ofs while I was away. Mhm.
Check it out.
2 from
Oh, ho,
2017 and
ho.
one from 2021 with Peter Kalmus,
Wow.
who you should know. He's an activist. He was one of the scientists that were arrested. He's a NASA scientist, NASA climate scientist, works for NASA, hasn't lost his job yet, as far as I know.
Cool. I'm
And
following the what's it called? Climate Casino?
oh,
It's on?
is that Elliot? Yeah.
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 Yeah,
I
I
love
signed
Elliot.
up for his website. It's awesome.
Cool. Yes. You'll learn a lot.
Until
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
until about what time is it? Until about 10 minutes ago. I don't know why. I couldn't explain this to you. I thought for sure that I had come in an hour early. I thought we were just going to goof around.
Well, we
And
were waiting
then-
for Matt.
That's
He
Yeah.
late. And what the hell
It's
he
only
was
when I
doing.
picked up on the impatience.
I said I was like, Jake's usually here like an hour early.
When I saw that it was going live, I was like, oh, now. All right, I guess we'll
Here we are. Well, how
That's
are you?
why
you
that's
old
why when we
bastard?
were talking about that article, I was like, do you just want to do it on the show? It's like, here we are. Hey, Sandy, it's good to have you back. We missed you
Thanks.
last
I
week.
missed 2
How's
good
everything
ones.
going?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, traveling, is not my favorite thing, but
Yeah.
we managed to get out there, and I will say the Oregon coast is still quite gorgeous and pristine. when you go straight from Eugene out to Florence. It's beautiful, and it's not as as touched and awful as most coasts in the country. So I have gorgeous pictures. I'll put my Facebook if you're my friend, but haven't done anything.
I go on Facebook, put up a picture of me and my dog, and get off.
And they're off. Yeah. Well,
lot
it's
of
all for me.
people-
It's all family things.
Yeah,
I've
same.
had multiple people ask if my wife and I got a divorce because they're like, your Facebook's just pictures of you and your dog. And I'm like, oh, do you
That's-
think I'm just like really lonely?
Mm-mm.
It's funny,
Oh.
man.
No,
One
you've
person
just
asked
been
me,
married for a long time. That's what happens.
oh, my wife does not like social media. She's like, do
Hmm.
not put my fucking picture up there.
She's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, she buries herself in the garden.
The FBI is
nice.
like, we don't have a photo for her. We just have a name. Might not exist.
Aw. Well, we're sure she exists.
On the cork board
Yeah.
with the yarn and the pins, there's just a silhouette with a question mark.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like one of those old photos of the Invisible Man from the movie.
Right.
Bandages.
Well, it's good to see all of you guys out there in all of the different
Oh yeah.
venues, but we miss Andrea, and that means
Yeah,
three
man.
3 weeks for me without Andrea.
Oof.
But
Yeah.
you
I
did
got,
a great show with the Vanguard. Yeah.
Yeah. You.
Okay.
I ended up watching it after it was live. I'm sorry I missed the live show, but good job, dude. It was fun. Well, you and Harvey have had a couple of. You know what? I'm not
Oh,
thinking
you're
about the
talking about
Vanguard. I'm thinking
Left-
about Left Reckoning. What am I talking
Sandy's
about?
talking about her show from 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
no,
with the
you're talking about
Vanguard.
Well, when
this
I
show, the
wasn't
show we're
there.
on right now. Yeah. That would make more sense. We've never said, "Look, I'm the pretty one." All right, I've got this lovely tie. I'm the Blanche.
You're
That's
Blanche. You're the Blanche.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's funny. That's funny. So part of my trip, actually, I saw my niece for the first time since she was little, and she's a college graduate teacher, and very interested in the Socialist Liberation Party. Claudia
Ooh.
and let me pull the Claudia and Karina, who of course don't have a shot in hell. However, if our in talking to my niece, who is 24 and is very, very much into the anti-genocide, who isn't, right? Well,
Right.
if the future for these kids, whatever future we have, could be the end of the duopoly and the inclusion of multiple parties and ranked choice voting and getting rid of Citizens United and the Electoral College, how cool would that be? To really go by popular and be able to vote for these parties on ballots and not have it so difficult to get onto ballots. And
Yeah.
talking to her at 24, it just felt good to learn what she's into. So just one more idea for the future, but unless we get rid of MAGA, we won't have any of this ever.
Yeah. And I know you weren't saying this, but I just want to be absolutely clear. Voting for them now means getting someone like them in office less likely.
Well, I
The
couldn't tell
irony is.
I could not tell my niece that, and she lives in Oregon, so I don't know what
How old's
You
your
ought
niece?
to.
24.
I would have told her.
Well,
Yeah.
we didn't have the opportunity to do too much of that with my mom there, and it was a family thing. But
I would have said,
intend to-
I will donate $1,000 to them right now, but we are
Yep.
not voting for them.
$1,000.
We are not fucking voting.
I don't
for them.
have $20 copays to go to the physical therapy for my shoulder. $1,000. I am in that American category that doesn't have money for a tragedy, for something happening, even though I just went on a trip. Courtesy of my 90-year-old mother. Thank you.
Oh, what a sweetheart.
That is
Oh my
so
God.
cool. That's so cool that you were all there.
Yeah, absolutely. But I missed you guys.
I
really
love
did.
interactive
Oh, I missed
minutes.
I
So
also love
what?
interactive mats, but I super missed Sandy, man. It's
Oh,
good to have you back. It feels right with more of the gang here.
yeah, I know. And also, what did we have? 20 inches of rain in North Carolina,
Whew.
We didn't get any of
and
that.
Eastern Europe flooded horribly, and people died in Poland, and it seems
Wow.
it was pretty bad. Oh yeah, a lot of climactic uh, trauma around the earth.
What are I
Anyway,
hold on, I'm
Mhm.
sorry. I'm not done with these guys yet.
okay, let's continue.
What I haven't heard of them at all.
Well,
Which I'm surprised because that means none of the shows I watch are talking about them. Or am I wrong? Like
no,
I'm
it's
glad that I know about this, but
They've
gotta be
gotten
small.
some mention,
they're from the
but they
Bronx.
are small.
Yeah,
They're
they're
not.
from the Bronx. Yeah, yeah.
They
Well,
didn't make a lot of waves. I saw one
Not
segment with
not
them a while
yet,
back.
but they are
Not
resonating
yet.
with
There's
young
50 days
people.
left in the election.
No,
So
but
what are you what's your point before the stream that you were hinting at? I do think is interesting. When you're bringing these people up, what are
Mhm.
you thinking about? Are you thinking about getting ranked choice voting and them being an example of why ranked choice voting could be good?
Yes, I think about my 24-year-old niece and
Mm.
I or grandniece. She's actually a grandniece. She's my brother's
Yeah. Oh.
granddaughter. But I think about them, and I think that besides a horrible climate crisis that we're leaving them, wouldn't it be nice if they had the ability to just live in a country where they could feel that they could vote for who they want and it might make a difference, but we have to get rid
Yeah.
of all these layers of bullshit that don't matter anymore, like the Electoral College?
Oh, I hear you, man. I hope that when we kill the Republican Party, it's folks like Claudia De La Cruz here that wind up being the leaders of the left that remains. And by the way, to have your grandniece, excuse me,
Mhm.
interested in. By the way, I've got grand nieces and nephews as well. It's a
Wow.
great honor. It's like being a super aunt. Even more of the fun and even less of the responsibility. Mwah. But if they're the sort of people that are interested in those sorts of candidates, they are good people.
Cool.
They are radically interested in improving the country. You come from good
Absolutely.
folk.
And they're
Hell yeah.
very affected by genocidal behavior.
Yeah.
They're in that
Yeah.
age group, and well, I'm in that age group. My whole
Yeah.
family,
Everybody with
discussed
a
how
pulse is in
this
that
is
age group, I
yeah,
hope.
that this whole situation is way beyond Israel having a right to defend itself. This is
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
insanity.
it's sarcasm
So,
here, right?
I don't know,
I
maybe he
think
doesn't.
so. But
Well, I don't
truth
know.
be told, I don't fully understand ranked choice voting. I get the general
Okay. Somebody look
idea.
it up, put a link in, and we'll go click on that too,
Let's do a
you
new
know?
segment
But
called exposing myself, where I expose my ignorance here. Here's what I think ranked choice voting is. You have multiple candidates, and if no one candidate gets above a certain threshold, let's say 50% of the total votes, um, then
oh,
you're no, wait. If your top choice doesn't get above a certain threshold, say 30% of the votes, then your second choice gets your vote, and so on and so forth
right.
until one of your choices gets above that threshold. That's what I think it is. How
Alright.
accurate am I?
I wish it was just like I
I'm gonna find this.
I just want to read like a literal definition instead of
Guessing.
or just using my own words, but it's like all I can find is like a huge article.
Well, we could do a show on rank choice voting
Yeah,
and maybe
Let's do it
bring
now.
okay. We
no,
should,
we
but
could literally plan and bring on somebody who's an expert at this,
in
you know?
short,
Eh.
you are voting for candidates you like instead of always voting against the candidate you hate.
Right.
That's
That's the effect
it's
of it. That's
very
not what it is.
no, I'm saying that's the liberating aspect of it. That's that's why people are like,
Yeah.
yes, but you could also just, I don't think anyone's gonna be like, you know what, we should change how we do. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think states could adopt certain things, but ultimately it's not gonna make a difference for everyone across the board. So in the meantime, you gotta vote in the primaries. You gotta be
Oh,
informed
absolutely.
about your candidates, and you gotta promote the heck out of the ones you believe in. You gotta put all that energy into them. Ultimately, I don't think this situation gets better. I think ranked choice voting is a good thing, but I don't think it's gonna
Speaking of
happen.
Oh
primaries,
shit! I put the wrong thing
also
in
Look at this.
the
Ballotpedia.
chat. I'm gonna take it out. I
Let
put
me
up.
answer this real quick. Letterhack, do you
Okay.
feel subjugated to liberal voters in your state that you have no choice but to vote for Kamala because you don't trust other voters?
Let's see.
Not
Well,
subjugated to do shit.
I put in an article from the right wing New York Post that pretty
That got
much,
me.
if you can pull it up, it says they're right wing. Remember, they're shit stirrers, the New York Post, but it says that they want to get rid of any kind of Democrats wanted to get rid of the Socialist Party from being on any ballot. They're shit stirring. Democrats scrambled to remove Socialist Party candidate from ballots in key swing states. And this was in August, and they did not want to. They launched legal challenges in Pennsylvania on August 8th to the nominating papers of the virulently anti-Israel Party for Socialism and Liberation's candidates. So
Hmm.
I guess, but the New York Post, believe me, this wasn't in their on their behalf.
Too
This was
many
just
ads
a
popping up on that thing.
yeah, it was
Can't
just
get
a
it.
shit. It's okay. It's just a shit stir.
Just somebody just find like the definition for ranked choice voting. Is
I
there
just
such a
put it
thing?
up.
No, but
You know
like
what?
not an article, but just like
No, I
copy and
didn't.
paste.
In instant runoff voting, if a candidate wins a majority of first preference votes, he or she is declared the winner. If no candidate wins a majority of first preference votes, the candidate with the fewest first preference votes is eliminated, and so on. So your
I like.
choices are ranked, and then it's elimination of the least popular, and then you're left with
I think
these
Bernie genuinely might have won with ranked choice voting. I could see enough
possibly.
MAGA people and enough Hillary people in 2016. Not 2020, but in 2016, having gone
That's
that way.
why
It's
that's
just
why they
fascinating.
won't ever allow it won't
Yeah,
to the
we
point
can
where it
make
would
them
make
do
a
whatever we
difference.
want with enough
Yeah.
organizing. But I just think if we're discussing whether or not it's worth pushing for or trying to get in this location or that, it's just interesting. I'm for it. And you know what? Let me speak in favor of Claudia De La Cruz for a moment.
Okay.
We're looking at somebody who is not only running as a socialist, she started a party for socialism. Am I going to vote for her in November? No. But I am absolutely going to turn to her November. Let me try it again. Let's say January 7th. I feel like I'm going to need all my attention elsewhere until January 7th. January 7th of 2025, I'm going to turn to this person and say, how do we get this party started at the local level for the next round of elections? We have between now and when the next round of elections is here to become a serious party.
Mhm.
And to that end, as Matt said, primaries before we have that glorious future where we have a party we actually give a damn about. Primaries are how we push candidates. Now, there's a stream, and my more responsible co-host can perhaps help me with this. There's a stream coming up where Annie Fitzgerald over in Washington is going to try to raise money to make a splash. I'm not going to sit here and tell you Annie's going to win. I think you got a sliver of a % of a chance
But she's
that Annie's going to win.
trying to make a difference.
she is trying to make a difference.
Yeah.
And what she is doing is demonstrating how much of her district she can get behind her. And what our goal is not to win. It's to take somebody from nowhere and make a big splash. It's to take somebody from nowhere and scare some folks. Because we are going to demonstrate to the person she is running against that, number one, Democratic Party doesn't care about you. And they can't protect you forever from Annie. And number two, if you want to know what a certain percentage of your district thinks about something, you better ask Annie. We could turn her into a political force in that area overnight. We could actually affect the politics of that area by making a splash with Annie Fitzgerald. She is, in my opinion, the answer to what's wrong with politics right now. Do we have bad politicians? Generally speaking, yes. So get somebody who gives a damn about their district in office. And if we can't do that, by God, we make them a threat. So help us make Annie a threat. Is it the 27th that this stream is happening?
It's not in stone.
Okay, fair enough. To be continued. We're going to get after him, though.
Yeah, as soon as I see them promoting it, I'll promote it.
Oh, that's a Friday night
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
fired
see.
up.
when I have
I'm
a
ready to
a
go.
show, but what's Annie's
Um,
district? Does anybody know offhand what's
Is it
Annie's
the
district in
13th?
Washington? Okay.
No, it's
We don't know.
Washington
I
7?
I want to see Washington 35.
Washington 38
I was
is
closest.
what I've got. You were closest without going over.
Oh my
That's
God.
like on Price is Right, where you're like $1
Yeah.
or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's not.
You were damn close. Are you kidding me?
There's yeah, I mean it's like whenever somebody says we need ranked choice voting, I'm like, okay. We need people to vote like
Right.
at
We
all.
need people
We
to vote.
need
I
people to vote
understand.
in primaries. We need people to educate themselves on candidates and issues and policy.
A
Like-
lot of outreach, which is what we're trying to do here, and not make it a political party, but more information. That's what the letter
Yeah.
writing campaign is here. We're sending out to different red states postcards just to get out the vote and do that,
Yeah,
without
just people need to walk
telling them who to vote for.
before they run or I don't know, they need to vote at all. I mean, it's just we talk about this stuff like it is the next obvious thing or evolution of how we practice democracy, but like I don't think we're anywhere near that. I still question.
Oh, no.
I don't
We're
think
Hell
we,
no.
anywhere, but it has
I don't think we
to-
could handle it if
has to
everyone
start-
voted. I think it would look.
has to start somewhere
I have
again.
Yeah, and I think it's like we always say with candidates who run for office and they know that they probably aren't going to win, right? At least you're keeping the issues in the spotlight. So talking about this stuff is very important, whether it's realistic or not, because the more people
Right.
who know about it, the more realistic it'll become. But like Jake was saying, we can make anything happen if we fight hard
Absolutely.
enough. But just real quick,
I got to cut in very quick as an aside. How seriously do I take ranked choice voting? I couldn't even define it until this stream. It's a long
right,
way off.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Rollins
I don't think
Switch-
about it.
Rollins Switch says should do it on percentage basis. Win 10%, that party gets 10% representation. This winner takes all is not representative of the citizens. I don't know about that. I'd really have to look and take a little bit more
Yeah, but points for
research.
typing out 10% twice
Oh,
when
hell
you're
yeah.
limited with characters.
I
He's a good
respect.
guy. He's a
What-
scientist.
But what were you
He's
saying?
actually a personal friend.
Monday night, Brittany Page is coming on. We're going to talk about January 6, 2025 as part of
Oh,
our
boy.
brief discussion.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
right.
who's Brittany Page? Why does that name strike
From
me so-
I doubt it I doubt it podcast.
Can you put up
with
Chaz's
you know Jesse
comment?
Dollamore?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I hope that wasn't a sexism that I just did.
Any That's
Any
funny.
counting that you can't do on your fingers will never catch on. You're not wrong, Chaz.
I mean, it's the sad
He's
truth.
funny. He's
It is
Also,
funny.
sad
Chaz,
truth.
He's
Chaz,
funny.
is that in your thumbnail? Is that Cobra? If so, we're pals now.
I know
let
him
me know.
too pretty good. So,
Oh,
and I
my
won't
God.
give him up who he is or what, but he's pretty cool.
Me mateys.
What
Yes,
have you
but
recommended?
tomorrow is Talk
Jake,
Like a
get out the
Pirate Day.
patch, dude.
We keep I'll bring
Can I
out the
do that?
patch. And we keep a hairy eye on the clock. And when it becomes midnight, then
I'm gonna
we
get a
start
bottle
talking.
of rum.
Yeah.
No, hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a bottle of rum. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Ho ho ho.
Oh, and
Back.
you know what is driving me crazy? I had a joke for tonight and I lost it. I
You had a-
can't. Can you believe
Okay.
that? I
No.
work so hard to like make sure I have it on my phone, everything. I can just kind of look at it when no one's
Oh, come on.
realizing. Okay, here, let me try. See if we can figure it out. Have you ever? It's about a cycle. It's about like Cyclops brothers. Have you ever heard the one about Cyclops brothers?
No.
Neither have I.
Okay.
Oh, wait, but they
Neither
do have an eye.
I.
They do, though.
Neither have I. I wish you
Neither
did
have
sound
Oh,
effects.
so
eyes.
it's have you
Why-
ever
why
heard
are
the
we
one
getting
about the
sound effects?
blind Cyclops brothers?
Oh, okay.
Neither have I.
Oh, there you go.
Neither have
Ableist.
All right.
Ableist.
You've earned
Sorry.
Jesse wailing
Okay.
in sorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
I derailed our conversation. Sorry. We were doing so good not knowing about
Oh,
ranked choice voting,
Hey,
and then I
well,
went and ruined it.
Melanie says there are states that have it,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
there are.
so
But that's
we need to do some research into it and these alternatives for the future, whatever future is left.
Yeah, I'm
me,
very excited.
always the doomer perspective.
I'm excited for November because we're going to be able to draw up new battle plans. Like there are things that we must do no matter what. We have to get global warming under control. We have to stop a genocide. And the manner in which we do that is either going to be very difficult or very easy or somewhere in between. And I'm excited for that stage of things. Pirate life ain't for me.
She likes
says.
hot
Jerry,
showers. You're lucky you have hot showers, honey.
did you ever
you
did
don't
ever
like
see
scurvy and social diseases?
Yeah,
Don't
what's
mind
wrong with
this.
you?
My shoulder hurts.
You know, like parrots crapping all over your shoulder. Hey, have you ever you've seen that? Oh, I always forget the name. It's that Leonardo DiCaprio movie where he gets attacked by the grizzly bear. He's like a fur trapper.
Revenant.
Yes.
Revenant. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know that guy's story? His last name, I
Yeah.
believe, is Glass. Do you know his whole story? Like, that's not the most exciting part of his story. It might be one of these things that could just, it
I
got
know.
built up
I
over
listened
time, and
to an extended podcast on him, and I forgot most of the non-Leo related things.
he was kidnapped by pirates.
I did not know that.
Like, had no choice but to be one for a while, and then one day, like, jumped ship and swam to shore, where
Holy
and because you remember in the movie, he had she's deceased at this point, but he was married to an indigenous woman
Mm.
and had a child with her, and he was adopted by this tribe. Well, he was like taken prisoner by these folks, and he taught them how to make red dye, like for clothing and painting and stuff like that. And they were like, "You can stay." And so they adopted him.
You can stay.
What
And that
hippies? I love them. This guy
Yeah,
found a
but-
new color, man. Let him in.
But there's like even
That's
more
rad.
to it than that. And I just remember being like, holy crap, they really buried the lead on or whatever it is. You know, it's like there is a
Oh, yeah.
lot more to this guy than just that one. Oh, he got attacked
you're
by a
s-
bear and got revenge.
You're saying they could do sequels and prequels to Revenant and still have it be historically accurate. It's a movie made.
Already
It's a
on movie.
franchise for these times.
Am I slurring?
No.
I
No.
can't. I couldn't say DiCaprio. Sorry.
DiCaprio or decapitated.
I'm not. Hey, look, I would admit it.
Yeah.
I'm of legal age. I can drink if I want to, but I'm not.
This stream in particular is the lounge of
People
all
get
of our
hammered
shows.
on this stream, and I'm just sitting here like,
Yeah.
1:30. Can we go now?
I want to talk about that, by the way. I have been doing the Jakes It. It started as a bit, and now it's become like an obligation. And every time
Yeah.
somebody mentions it, I feel like I have to scram. But I also feel like I'm getting chased out of my own party here. Is Matt drunk tonight? No. I did put just a scotch of meth in his home somewhere, but I don't think he found it.
That's sweet. I'm trying to pull up a picture for you guys to show you how
My
pristine.
point being, I am I am saying as of now, resetting audience expectations. I'm not going to Jakes it every stream.
Okay,
It loses its funniness if I do that.
but we all expect it.
Hey, do whatever you want.
That's the point. Once everybody's expecting it, then it's like So not every stream. Just saying.
What? Wow, look at that. Matt is impaired by non-compliance. You got that right.
Yeah, by not showing
hey.
up on time.
Yeah.
I want to say hello to civilian victim of Havana syndrome.
Civilian victim
Well, hello.
of Havana syndrome. Hello.
They had the comment of the week.
Was it that TIE fighter?
No. Why can't I find it? Wait, is it on my desktop? Yes. This was. I thought this was so cool. I'm on Left Reckoning last night. I was a little nervous. You know, I watched that show a lot. I never thought I would be on there, and I was. And then I see this in the chat. I'm bringing it up.
Okay.
Letterhack is super underrated.
Well, you are. You're
And I immediately chilled out. I was like, okay,
Hell yeah.
these people are on my side. So thank you for that comment. I really appreciate that. And welcome. You are our newest moderator.
Welcome. I haven't done that on our channel, but I don't know. We're small enough we could do that too.
Oh, and
but that's
you're
your
our
trademark.
You are our 488 moderator. We have 488 on this channel.
Give them
I looked it up and did the math.
Give them a hand.
488.
Nice.
My camera might fuck up if I do it.
Who else has that?
Nobody.
Can I just say something here?
What do you think the next highest one is?
Speaking of commenters.
6?
No,
Matt was on my show the other day.
Yeah, I was on that show.
I couldn't stay.
I spent 90 minutes on one stream trying to get through to one person. Then I spent an additional maybe 30 minutes on the stream where Matt came on trying to get to the same person. Nothing the whole time. Then Matt comes on and she says, "Oh, the new guy's kind of cute."
And boring.
And he didn't even have to do anything. Not a thing. He just showed up and all that effort worth nothing. I genuinely, it broke me a little bit. I was like, I can't win. I cannot win.
All I gotta say to that. All I gotta say to that.
I know.
All I gotta say to that is,
hey, look, it's.
But this is medical.
And this is just for whatever.
No.
2 things. 1,
again.
Drink a lot of water.
Fair.
2,
be less fat, Jake.
to move on from those conversations as quickly as possible.
I like him too much. I get too fascinated. It's like
Jake
staring at
is-
a bloody
No.
car wreck.
No, when somebody says you're good looking or whatever,
Oh, those, yeah.
move on from that right away. I don't.
'cause it means nothing in the long run. And
That's
looks are
like, when
fleeting.
those crop up all the time
Looks
when
are
people are saying what a handsome
fleeting.
fella you are.
Yeah.
Because you're walking around, you're at the store, and people are getting into car accidents because they're trying to look at you on the road, and the
That's
line
happened.
isn't moving in the store because
That
everybody's
happened.
fuck.
It had. Can you imagine? What we were talking about something. We had like a
We had a very good
literal.
political talk.
I said
going.
Brittany. Okay,
Mhm.
Jake,
Oh,
go back and
I
watch
derailed
my
it, I'm sorry.
interview. Go back and watch my interview with Brittany Page. She's awesome.
Mm.
Brittany Page has
Thank
some of the
you.
best takes on houseless people and their rights. She does.
Yes.
I think she's a nurse. I forget her actual title, but she's doing the work and podcasting about these things at the same time. So it's
Excellent.
very, very solid, right on person and a great guest. She's going to come on Monday night just for probably a half hour to talk about just a couple of things, because I want to periodically have people on who cover politics a lot to talk
Yeah.
about this stuff while it's relevant. And then I want to,
Right.
and actually then we're going to spend the rest of the night looking at an interactive map. I love interactive maps. and I
They are
found another
great.
one.
They're
We
fantastic.
love we love interactive Oh, yeah, she said that, but I'm growing out. I think I'm growing out the Tulsi Grace, the
Nice.
Tulsi Gray thing. Well, I'm
Hey,
definitely
that's a cool
decided
look.
I decided to grow it out. I'm going to see what it looks like gray.
Hell yeah.
And interestingly enough, my daughter told me she's gray and she's like so much younger. And I was like, well, geez, I don't even know what I am. So see, I'm gonna let it grow.
Hell yeah.
We'll see if I can get
I remember
the skunk look.
I think the skunk looks cool.
Cruella DeVille.
I funk
Yeah.
with the skunk.
Yeah, Cruella DeVille. Speaking of, what do? I have to do a Halloween show, and I have to outdo my Tammy
Yeah.
Lauren gargoyle from last year. I was talking about that with my family. How am I going to ever outdo that? And I have to start that was just off the top of my head. I have no idea what to do for Halloween. Looney, help me out.
I think you either do a fully new thing, obviously, or you just try to like one up your own costume with the Tammy costume. Like
Yeah,
you
this
just
time
add
I'll-
stuff to it, or
Yeah,
you
no, I'll
imply
take
like
stuff
certain
away.
things of
I'll
like
put
imagine
boobage in it.
think of all the things that could have happened in Tammy's life since last year. Imagine the updates on that. She's like still getting over DeSantis losing. Like, you can
Yeah.
have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe I'll update her.
Are you
Her
doing?
son tried to kill Trump and missed, and she's bummed about it.
Oh shit.
Who knows?
All right, I'll get some good material. Maybe I will be her updated, but I'll keep the Southern accent instead of switching. Somebody said I had a Bronx accent, a Southern accent. I said, well, there's Republicans in the Bronx too.
What are you gonna do, Jake? Are you gonna do anything?
Yeah.
I was thinking of being Soviet Tim Pool, or possibly I don't know.
What?
I'm
Soviet
using-
Temple.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
like
funny.
clearly
Don't
Russian
give it away.
propaganda.
Mask off,
Hello,
right?
filthy American pig dogs.
Ooh.
I am here to tell you, Donald Trump, #1 super patriot. Like just have like a 3/4 empty bottle of vodka, one of those flat ear hats, and like an American flag pin over what is clearly a hammer and sickle, or I don't know what the flag of Russia is, but that.
I love fucking
All right.
Halloween. I love it.
Yeah, it's
so
so
much.
cool.
I really
I
had
never get
fun
tired
last
of
year.
people put on scary costumes and go out during fall.
Let's see what
It's a
the
Oh,
great
absolutely.
idea.
Okay,
It's such a good idea.
Yeah.
it's not a night that I do a show, but I'll just do the night after.
It like makes
I'll be honest.
Christmas look greedy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Talk
'Cause you
about
don't
you
dress
give
up.
gifts to strangers on Halloween. Just
That's the
anybody
good
comes in the
part.
door.
That's the good
Boom,
part,
boom,
yeah.
boom. Charity, charity, charity. Got your ass. I look, Halloween, Mardi Gras, Pride. I like anything with costumes, if I'm honest. The local school play. I'm just a big costume guy. I also love the candy aspect. I'm not thrilled about the exercise.
I revealed on your show the other night I was in my high school production of Godspell.
Mm-hmm.
As I was like, I was religious. I was in Godspell. That's
thank
anyway.
you, Mr.
Do you-
G. He
you
says
know
I'm
what
the best
Godspell is?
mom in the left.
Oh,
I'm the elder. I'm the crone. I did a show on being a crone. It's not a negative. I am
hell
the
yeah.
crone.
And no, it's
I
not a
am,
negative.
I
It
am
is
the
not at all.
keeper of the wisdom.
Wise is good. Let her
I
hack
gotta-
meanest Rolodex on the left. Fact.
Yeah, fact, man. You
Fact.
I
do.
got a couple of new numbers this week.
Good.
Oh shit.
Well,
It's funny
I-
getting
I
a
need
text
to-
from these people. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I need to up my game on this.
I'm like,
get
who
some-
gave him my number? Oh, me.
That's a okay, never mind.
No,
I was gonna
but
say,
in this
that's a
case, I
genuinely
didn't.
concerning thing. But okay,
I
fair
didn't
enough.
in this case. Sometimes when I send an invite, I put my phone number at the end because some people have wanted to text instead of email. And that's good
Fair.
the night of in case there's complications. But anyway,
or rumor. We've got a funny ass bunch of people. Dress up like Bigfoot, report your own sighting in Ohio to JD Fans.
Oh my god, yes.
You guys are funny as hell. Thank you. I needed it. Oh my god.
There are certain things that I am willing to get shot over. And one of them is dressing up like Bigfoot and running through the woods. Just so that out there somebody's like, no, I for real saw a Bigfoot, guys. I for real saw a
get
Bigfoot.
shot. Probably get shot.
I'm willing to risk it. Just for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
My friend
There's no risk.
he
It
spent-
will get shot. It's fine.
he has a channel. He spent his whole 2017 in the Pacific Northwest hunting Bigfoot, Big Goof, and at the
That's
end
rad,
of the
though.
summer, he literally he got somebody, but literally Bigfoot showed up. It was the best summer following him, Sam of Collapse Chronicles. It was hilarious. It was great, and then he actually got Bigfoot, but he went on the Bigfoot hunt. And, yeah.
How have I not heard about it if he got Bigfoot?
He did.
I'll have to find the
like a
video and
PK.
rip it.
I
and
want to see
make
that
something
super
out of
bad.
it. All right, I'll make something out of it.
Also, I feel like we should go if you all come out Michigan way, we should go searching for the Michigan Dog Man at some point in the woods.
Oh boy.
Every state has their local legends. Michigan is the Michigan Dogman. Oh, he's skedaddling. I don't blame him for being afeared of the Dog Man. It is a terrifying beast.
My wife just got back from Bishopville, South Carolina today
Oh.
with this t-shirt for me.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
That's great.
Oh, cool.
How
Heck
fucking
yeah.
timely. And she said it even smells like the restaurant she got it in, but
I thought you were gonna say
She's-
smells like lizard.
she said that's what they're famous for. And I was like, I don't know if I'd call them famous. Maybe that's what they're known for, but I don't think they've become famous for it.
Not well known. Yeah. Yeah.
I've never, they're like a one street town or something. But anyway, isn't that cool?
That is
I-
cool. And it's super timely.
It's
Yeah, I was
cute.
gonna wear it, but
Sandy.
it smells like shepherd's pie. I gotta wash it.
Andy, what's a New
Yeah.
York State legend? What's a New York
Oh,
State like
well, there's-
Oh boy.
Jersey
Agreed.
Devil might be as
Cryptid.
close.
Well, that's in New Jersey.
Yeah.
What is the New York State legend, Sleepy
Mothman.
Hollow. Sleepy Hollow in
What's that?
Tarrytown. The
Oh,
Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Ooh,
Definitely.
that's
okay.
like
That story is really good. And
that's
I
one of
lived
the
there. I went
best.
to
Yeah,
high
that's
school
like,
right there. Walked by Sleepy Hollow every day to go to school. hmm
yo, you have
Yeah,
like a
that.
classic one.
Yeah.
That's kind of like
Sleepy.
I asked somebody that lives right outside Loch Ness what their local monster is. Okay, all right, fair. One we've heard of. Good.
We
Yeah.
had one. Oh, what was it called? It was such a weird name. I made like a little comic about it one time.
In Maryland?
No, in Maryland they have
Okay, in Colorado.
Chessie, which is
Chessie? The Chesapeake Bay?
it's so dumb. It's like the
Whatever.
Loch Ness monster of the
Yeah.
Chesapeake, which is
Chesapeake Bay
so.
Okay.
retrievers are
We also have,
basically
Chessie.
we had the Blair
monster friends.
Witch, which was a thing before the movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Black
Huh.
Hills. But then what else? So in Colorado there's like this furry little monster that throws boulders at people. I forget what it's called, but it's like
That's
I was
such a
like
Colorado
that
thing.
just explains like rock slides. It's probably just some
Yeah.
hippie
Whoa. Yeah.
like hiking,
Oh,
accidentally kicking some
the
rocks.
word hippie is synonymous with Eugene, Oregon, where I just was. Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
By the
man,
way.
those are
I
my
should have
people.
worn a tie-dye to the party, my brother's birthday party.
Mm.
I dressed, kind of nice, and I stood up like for them.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Fine, nice. You got were you out fancying or you out just
it was
fashioning?
it was a place called Whirl Pies, and they had bands, and they were playing all Grateful Dead music, and it was cool. It was cool.
Cool, dude.
Let me see if I can
It's a
The
find
Slide
stuff from
Rock
that.
Bolter is
The
what that
slide,
I
that
like
was in
that.
Colorado? Okay.
I like that a
Alright.
great deal.
Yeah.
Cool. Very
Hold on,
cool.
let me see. I wonder if I can find my comic.
Anybody from Eugene out in the audience?
No.
No.
The Michigan Dog Man is not only it's not only debunked, it was debunked by the person who came up with it, because they called into a radio show on a lark and they made up a story basically. But it was a good story. It was about like the local college did an experiment and it went awry, and then the experiment ran out into the woods and has been living there ever since. And but it was so popular that the radio station couldn't get people to stop believing it. And now there's to this day people in Michigan who think there's a dogman out there. Wait, I was
Oh,
a whole what now? Sorry, my table
really?
was in the way. I was a whole grown adult when I learned narwhals are in fact real.
Real? Yeah.
That's a fair thing, though. That's a fair
Real.
thing to see and doubt.
Yeah, because things that live in the ocean are elusive. Look,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Ghost, Bigfoot, Dogman, Mothman, Slide Rock Bolter. Wow, where are they? Like,
Yeah, where are they?
show me the money. Show me the proof. Where's the evidence? Like, there is
Ghost,
talking
Bigfoot,
about them for so
narwhals,
long.
all fake.
People
But the Dogman's real.
swearing up and down. I saw if you're on like a streaming service and you watch one documentary on Bigfoot, you'll realize there are way too many. I don't know who's funding these things,
Documenting.
but people are like,
Well, so
out there
people are
in the
interested
woods,
in all this stuff.
out there in the woods, like, do you fucking hear that? And it's like,
Yeah.
you hear something and go, that must be Bigfoot. No, you're in the woods. There's a lot of stuff out there at night.
I got
But
two
you just
things
go
I gotta
straight to
drop on you.
Bigfoot.
Number one, the Okapi. It was thought to be fake. It was thought to be a non-existent thing. And then it turned out it was real. Same thing with the platypus when it was first discovered. They brought a corpse back and people thought this is for sure a hoax. People just sewed a
Yeah.
duckbill onto it.
Yeah.
My only point is that, well, you're absolutely right, and everything you mentioned is in fact nonsense. I like that there's people out there exploring anyway. Thing number two, how badly would you guys like to see basically a conspiracy of shows? It's a investigative science, like a skeptic show versus a prank show. I would love to see like Ghost Hunters versus what's that? Not the Jamie Kennedy Experiment. What's a good prank show?
Punked?
The
Ashton
Apprentice.
Kutcher. Punked. Yes.
Punk.
Yeah, I'd like to see like
Yes.
Ghost Hunters versus Punked, where
Somebody did that.
they're getting screwed with by another show while they're trying to film their serious show. That would be delightful.
Mm.
They had what was it? They had people come in for like a job. And it's the first day of their job and it's just a prank show.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
I forget what
you
it
know,
was.
I remember
Shannon
that.
Doherty was
I
the
remember
host.
that. I do.
Any- So
I
anyway,
don't-
these things are called
huh.
cryptids. I couldn't
Yeah.
remember the name. That's what they're
Cryptids.
called. Yeah.
Mm.
And there's just
Oh, you
so
said
many of them. I think it's really fun, but
Dorkiest friend. They're a ton of fun.
I don't know why people have to look. Just invest in reality, okay?
That's not easy.
And then explore on the
2024.
weekends if you want. But like,
Honey, there's 60 million people that are not invested in reality.
Oh,
in the
I'm going to
United
rattle
States.
off
that's why I
4
suggest they
cryptids
do
that,
that.
that
They wear
turned out
red
to
hats.
be real. Okapi, platypus.
What
the
year?
jackalope.
What decade is this though? This is
Hold on.
like
Okapi was quite recent.
Mm.
Okapi was like turn of the early 1900s. Platypus was 1700s.
early 1900s. Come
jackalope.
on, man.
The fucking jackalope,
not
a rabbit
fucking
with
recent.
horns on its head, defies all known evolutionary things. It turns out it was just cancer, but still,
There's
it's
that
a
one
kind of cancer.
raccoon tiger
rabbits
cat
together.
or whatever it is. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. The the coelacanth,
Yeah.
a fish that was thought to have been extinct for not just like a few thousand years, but
That's not
tens
a
of
cryptid.
millions of years.
Oh,
That
there
is
was
absolutely
something- There's
encrypted.
something
Yeah.
new.
No,
with
it
that
was
bird.
around and then was extinct and then came back.
If somebody
That's not a cryptid, right?
said that there's a velociraptor in Maine right now, there's a family of velociraptor. Oh, Loch Ness Monster. That's just a misplaced dinosaur, basically. Loch Ness Monster is a classic cryptid.
Sea serpent. There are, it's like a
my
dragon.
point is, like, it's ridiculous until it turns out it's real. And there's a
I think
I
the world's
enjoy
too
having-
small now. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Right?
enjoy having kooks
We've
out there
glutted it
because
up with too
sometimes
many
the kooks are
people.
right.
do you know where
I
the
can't
term
wait for space cryptids.
Dr. Livingston, I presume? Do you know where that's from?
The Moody Blues? No.
That,
Dr.
to me-
Livingston, I
To me,
presume.
that's like the high water mark. And that's like the point in our history, the planet's history, where it was like,
He
it's
was
not
a
big enough
Scottish
anymore.
physician.
Everything's out in the open now. It was
Yeah.
this guy went to like the Amazon jungle. I think he was like a British professor. So like the only white guy in this place. And another white guy was out there and came across him and said,
What was searching
Dr.
for
Livingston, I
specific-
presume, because that's the
Yeah.
only other option it
Right.
could
Well,
have been.
he was searching for him specifically, was my
Yeah.
understanding.
And then he's like, here's a white guy. Hey, Matt and crew, any thoughts on the alleged Israel attacks on Lebanon via pager? Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so yeah,
Oh,
here
we gonna
are
get
my
started?
thoughts.
This is
I'm not an
terrible.
expert.
Me neither.
One, fascinated that people are rocking pagers. I'm just saying.
This is
Two,
crazy.
like still doing that because I thought pagers were outdated, obsolete. The other thing is this is when I was like, oh man, I really don't know shit about stuff. Did they have to equip I haven't looked it up at all. Did they have to equip the pagers in order to explode, or can pagers explode?
No, they had to put explosives in there.
Okay, so like our phone couldn't.
No,
Kill
I don't
us.
think so. No.
Like,
No.
I do
okay,
not think
so-
I
Well,
think that's going
Not
to be
reliably.
That's going to be the conspiracy theory.
So the pagers,
I gotta.
it's
Yeah, there's a
enough.
lot to get into.
It's enough people. Then this is really all I need to know if it was like nefarious or not. But it's like there's the only way this gonna happen is if they were outfitted to blow up, right?
right
to like
now.
be detonated. Is that
There's-
right?
For
I don't-
safety, I have to split this hair in a little bit, but the short answer is yes.
You see what I'm saying?
It's
Like
not AI sophisticated enough
but
yet.
the battery isn't. Think about how fucking dangerous it would be for all the pagers and phones out there. Like, yeah, your phone can get hot and burn you maybe if something went wrong, but it
Yeah,
can't
that's
explode and kill you.
so.
Like,
so let me go.
Nobody
back.
sold me my phone and said, "Heads up,
Or your headset.
there's a
or any of
chance.
it.
We just have
Yeah.
to let you know you could die if it blew up in your hand next to you." You know what I'm saying? Like
They
nobody
wouldn't
ever
let
said.
phones on airplanes if that was the case.
All right, so a couple of things. Number one, just to be clear, no, your phone can explode and kill you, and it's happened in the United States. So if your phone is bulging, if you set your phone down and it normally doesn't wobble, but it wobbles now, get away from it and don't charge it again and go get a new phone and dispose of your old phone because it literally can explode and
Well,
cover you in
these-
battery acid and
Well,
kill you.
don't these kind of isn't any
Moving
battery
on though, because it's not that
any-
important because it's
any
very
bet-
rare.
No, and we sure don't. Do Teslas explode? We sure don't want to start living any more paranoid than we already live.
Yeah, but I'm just
Mm.
saying as everybody is a cell phone owner, if you set your phone down and it's wobbling,
Really?
get rid of the phone. Yes,
What
'cause
if-
I used to sell phones. That's
What if
literally
you're drunk.
So they just gave out all these
Yeah.
pagers like this year.
no. Well, maybe. Let me jump back though.
I don't know the
This was-
story yet.
These
just came home.
pagers went off differently. It wasn't based on their internal power. They went off, boom, together, all at once, which means they basically had to have a device implanted in them. Thing number two,
It's a plan.
pagers have been used by terrorist organizations
Ernie.
since the Iraq War. And the reason why is because when the US basically modernized fighting terrorists, but also just everybody within a civilian population, it became immediately apparent that we can track them using their cell phone signals. So they stopped carrying around cell phones and started carrying around pagers.
And
like it was
then
the wire.
literally my dad reverse engineered pagers so that they would put them on the side of the road, and when convoys would go by, they'd be out like in the desert, pink, dial the pager and it would blow up. They
Oh my
put them,
God,
they used them as detonators, and my
beyond
dad
me.
reverse engineered it and went over there. He was in Kuwait for a while.
Wow.
He went over there to implement it. So
That's
when
wild.
diplomats were driving around, officials and stuff, you can just, he was like, we love imagining the guy out there pushing the button going, why won't it explode? And then when the Joker did that in the Batman movie, I called my dad and told him to watch it. And he said, I watched it. That's exactly what we imagined. Is them pushing the button going, why won't it explode?
Well, the relevance
Anyway,
here. And
he
by
went
the
to the
way,
White House
kudos
for
to
that
your
shit.
dad.
Scary.
That's
But I
did he
don't wanna
really?
live-
The White House? Wow, man.
Wow.
Kudos to him. But the relevance here is that people are not walking around getting pagers like crazy. That's not a common thing, which means there's not a lot of places that make pagers or sell pagers.
Anymore. Yeah, that's like
Which
so
means
90s.
that it's very plausible. I have no proof of this, but it is very plausible that the Israelis could have gone to like the one place that manufactures them and said like, okay, well, guess what you're putting in these things.
Or we'll take them all and do it themselves.
Sure, but they would have had to ensure that they get to their normal customers who would have been yada yada yada.
This
So
is
that's it.
overwhelming.
Can you
My
imagine?
first day back from vacation.
Can you imagine
Wow.
if somebody did that to us in the US, right?
How about if they did it to Mar-a-Lago?
I mean, why?
Kinda. I mean, look, it's war.
No,
And,
I'm saying, what would we do?
It shouldn't
if-
be.
Is it war? Are
It
they at
shouldn't
war with
be.
Iran?
They shouldn't be anything. This should be all
they
peaceful
declared war
talks
on
through the
Iran?
UN.
No,
No.
And
you're right.
those are
You're right.
citizens, aren't they?
No, they're in war. They're fighting against Hezbollah. They think they're doing the right
Were
thing.
those
by all
Hezbollah soldiers
Yeah,
or
that's
party
the
members
other
or
thing
whatever?
that gets
I thought
me is
so.
like the idea is supposed to be like it's super smart targeting of your opponents, but
It's
you
the
got a good point. These aren't really their opponents. They're
I
just
love that people
assuming.
can just say, "Oh, we're at war now." By the way,
No, we're not
Yeah,
yet. It's everybody acts everything is so simplistic.
no,
But
but I'm saying
but you're
if
right.
if
If
like
that would have happened here, like it would be war. Like it would be like
if like Muslim
whichever nation
extremists,
did that, it'd be on.
I don't know.
yeah, or if like Al Qaeda did it in the
Oh
U.S.,
yeah, it'd
Yes,
be game time.
Israel is trying to do that.
we would activate the United States military would activate quicker than you've ever seen.
For the record, I would be voting that we don't, generally speaking, but that you're right. That is what would happen. Like overnight.
But here we support the people who probably did it.
Oh, it's unacceptable behavior.
No, we
But
don't.
the reason I'm less passionate about this
Anthony
is, at
Blinken
least as
does.
of now, it doesn't look like they did it with weapons we gave them. And for me, in this era,
This
that's a
time.
minor relief.
Yeah.
Like, at least the murderer didn't use the butcher knife I gave him this time.
Okay. Okay.
I saw Bernie
Yeah.
Sanders saying he
Oh.
wasn't going to vote to send $20 billion more
Good.
to
Good man.
Israel, and
No one should.
I'm like, are they just now voting on the 20 billion from a couple of weeks ago, or is this another 20
It's
billion?
probably
Look it
it's
up.
probably
because-
new.
All right. I'll
20
look it
billion.
Holy
up.
shit! Like, and then if a candidate is pushing for healthcare, universal healthcare, you're going to have
could they
MSNBC and
pay for it?
CNN being like, "How are you gonna raise my taxes to pay for that?"
We got baby bomb money, but we don't have cancer treatment money. That's maddening.
8 hours ago, Bernie said,
Basically, what I was saying.
yeah, exactly. I didn't say it. It's the what U.S. Arms Export Control Act, and we should use it to stop
Good.
all of this. And that's what we have to pressure our leaders to do it through that.
Oh, do you
Pressure
wanna-
by a lot of different methods, I suppose.
Look, this looks like a
One
hot
way.
mic. It's probably just somebody listening in on an interview. Have you seen Trump talking to Ducey from Fox News?
How old
No,
is
but
it?
these are always gold interactions, so I'm
All right.
down.
How old is it?
It's new. I think it's.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
I've
think
been
it's tonight.
out of the loop, except for my doomer buddies on Twitter. That's it.
Oh God, it's a behind the scenes thing too.
But
Oh,
like it's
yay.
probably on the record. But here, make sure. Okay, so everyone turn
Trump
up
is
your
an idiot.
volume.
Trump is an idiot with no filters. So
Turn up your volume
Correct.
because Twitter's notoriously quiet. Okay,
turn
so
up the volume.
here we go.
Are we close to seeing Mr. Kim here at the White House?
Could happen. I mean,
They talked about that yesterday
I
with
would
Mike
have,
Pompeo.
yeah, I think it's
That's
something
old.
that could happen. Yeah. Hey,
Oh, that is
he's
old.
the head of a country, and I mean, he's the strong head. Don't let anyone think
Ugh.
anything different.
Right.
He speaks and his
He
people
loves
sit up
them.
at attention. I want my people to do the
Right.
same.
Well, are we close to seeing?
So
Yeah,
this is probably old, right?
Yeah.
it is. There was a story about him saying that.
That's the thing is, I don't remember that.
It sucks,
I
man.
guarantee it's like
He's so covered
how
in
much
scandal that
crazy
they bleed
shit.
together.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! Just think about what's happened this week.
Psychopath.
Like,
Well,
And
I
he's
don't
not-
want to. I don't want to. Unfortunately, my family wanted to talk about it, and of course we did.
oh, in what way?
Oh, my family's all cool. Everybody's progressive. Everybody.
Hell
But they
yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
talk to you about it because you're on air talking about it a lot, or
they wanted
just
to talk
naturally
about
came
the
up?
stupid shooter and how friggin' set up it seemed, and all this other bullshit. How
It was
Florida
set up.
open carry state, you idiots. I
It's
mean,
set
he
up
didn't
in-
take a
in-
shot.
It's set up in terms of it was allowed to happen. I mean, the
Right.
guy has like a decades-long record of this,
Sure.
and their laws don't prevent
If
it. and-
Republicans ever
I
go to
didn't
war
wear the
against the
tinfoil hat.
broadsides of barns, they're going to do great. But otherwise,
well,
They're
you know,
gonna shoot
my-
the barn and draw a target around the hole and be like, "We did."
my
it."
my mom's was asking, well, he sat there for 12 hours. Is he a hunter? Any hunter does that in a blind, waiting. If that
At
happened,
a
I don't.
golf course, though, I don't know.
No, he was across the street. No, but
Sorry,
being able
I'm
What
to
was
just
he
do
imagining
hunting?
that.
a hunter's blind in a golf
Who
course. That's
knows?
very
That was
funny
what
to
my
me.
90-year-old mother said. She just made the point that it's not so unusual for hunters to sit for 12 hours in a blind waiting for something.
Yeah.
Not anything more than that.
I
She
mean,
was just
What are
making
I'll put
you
it
out
this-
hunting? Wasps?
I'll put it
Yeah.
this way: if Trump wasn't there, he'd probably be out walking around
Yeah, well, and
right
he's
now,
I mean, if
right?
Trump
They
was-
would have been
Hell of a
like, "All
guy.
right, dude, we don't know what you were doing, but you didn't really
I
break any
suppose.
laws." Get
Oh
back.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
have
you're
fun.
right.
And then Republicans would have been like, "That's his right," you know?
He for sure though.
Yeah,
he was
it's his
definitely
right.
Yeah,
the hell
yeah, I
knows?
think so.
Of course, I always say, well, Steve Bannon paid him through Roger Stone. There's my
Probably.
tinfoil hat. But although I don't think it is really, because those guys are the deep state that they love to talk about.
I mean, it just goes to show you though, like the people, the argument is if you take, and nobody's, from what I understand, no one said we're taking away all the guns, but the
Not at all.
the rhetoric is if you take away all the guns, then only the bad guys will have them.
Right. I got the
And
newest
it's like, are
NRA.
these who are you talking about? What
I don't
bad
see a lot of
guys?
bank robbers with
The new-
flamethrowers.
The newest
well, but-
NRA magazine.
Actually, those are
has that.
legal. But
Hold on
they're
a second, but
saying
like,
that.
who are the bad guys that they're talking about? What do you think they mean? Republican gun owners, or because
Huh.
is this the bad guy they were referring to?
You know what?
oh
they're
well,
talking
what they
about.
mean is black people. But
Exactly.
for the sake of their argument, you don't see a lot of
According
bank
to-
robbers with miniguns. You know,
And then,
rocket
according to
launchers.
the National Review editor, and
Oh
is he-
right. Oh God, I missed.
he
what you were
still-
saying,
that guy.
I
Is
just
he
caught up to
still
you.
in a job? Or
Oh.
I mean, we would have shit canned on our, the
That's
left
not a
would shit
glitch;
can
it's a
to it.
feature. Like
It's
that's
a
why he
feature.
has that job.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's sickening.
I was
think
like, "What are you talking about?" Oh,
That's-
you can't say it, right?
Yeah, this is what overwhelmed me this week was the cats and dogs thing, and then all of this really out there in your face racism, hatred, but it's like getting worse and worse. How can this guy be taken seriously? But people are like, I talk to people. Well, Trump's a businessman, so I have to vote for him. What? Because you own a few
no, you don't.
storage garages? Do you
Ridiculous.
have billions of dollars? You fucking moron! I'm really almost ready to just lose it all.
Well, I was talking to somebody who
Oh,
said
no.
that I was talking to somebody who said that the Republican Party are manipulating their base, and I was like, no, I think they're catering to their base. Maybe it's a chicken or an egg thing, but I think that their base was xenophobic to begin with, and that's
Oh,
why
yeah.
they use fear mongering about immigrants and stuff like that to get their
The
their
I'm gonna
caravans.
throw
votes.
this
I
at
think
you.
I think that addressing the policy that the base is apparently voting for is secondary to addressing their racism, xenophobia,
I
anti-trans, all that.
think
I
you
think it's
are
both.
right. I was with a lot of those kind of people.
It
who
might be
kinda
both,
try
but
to keep it under.
if you get them to vote for your candidate and they're still racist, that's
Mhm.
it's not a fix.
But it's just so awful and hideous. And I haven't gotten a chance to watch Rebecca. Maybe make she'll probably be on Thursday night and talk
She's
about
got a
this.
video out now.
Oh, she does. All right, I have to see it because I mean she's Haitian, and this has to be extremely hideous. And I wanted to actually make a video of what's happening in Haiti to show people why they have come here and legally, and they keep saying they're illegal. They're not illegal. This whole story it really angers me to the hilt. It's all
Yeah, and they're
lies.
leaning into it as
And
well.
they're lying to these clueless morons that watch these channels, and I know people like that. So just really it's hurtful. To me it hurts, and I'm not Asian. It just hurts that this country is so the hood is on, the veil is off. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'll have to watch Rebecca's video. Okay.
Yeah, check it out.
Can't
I
joke
just saw
about
it
it.
this afternoon, so it's got to
Alright.
be new. You've been
Okay.
traveling. There's you know, just I don't it I don't really want to talk about it. No, I'm just struggling not to like
I
talk
know
about it because I don't.
how
It's just
ugly we are.
no.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
bums me out about it. Like
Ugliness.
it's not even what bums me out so much is that it's not that I worry that we're not going to defeat this. We are because we have to. We simply have to. They can't run to the store, much less run a country. We have to win or we expire. Uh
Mhm.
it's the fact that at some point people are going to ask us how the fuck, sorry. Sorry. People are going to ask us how the F it was a challenge against these people, why it required effort at all to win against these people.
who's gonna ask that? The aliens when they come?
Future generations.
Oh.
You're going to turn around with like real villains that aren't incompetent and aren't blatantly racist, but are subtly evil and ask us why we struggled with this. And I don't have an answer. It should be the easiest decision in the world not to vote for the obvious racists and the obvious incompetents,
Mhm.
both of which are
Well,
describing Republicans. But here we are, 50
yeah, I mean, you
50.
can't really. Sometimes you just cannot rationalize an already irrational situation. That's just not like you can't just
Things
grab
don't
somebody
happen.
and be like, "Stop being irrational."
Right.
There's layers and
True.
circumstances, and there's
And
no
money
blanket like
too.
reason why. It's individual, so
But
it gets
when you get
complicated.
half of a country supporting something irrational, you have
It's
to
been
figure out what
racist since
it
day
doesn't it's
one. I mean,
Right.
that's
you
not
can't
new.
Right.
you can't just like declare it as like a, let me put it like this. There's a reason for it. It might not be an easy reason to discover. It might not be fill in the blanks, but there is things don't happen for no reason. Everything is cause and effect. We can't put off finding the cause of this irrational and destructive behavior any longer. I'm probably not the guy to do it. But
Are you
I
talking
feel
about
like we have an
racism
obligation to
and
The
try.
cause?
xenophobia and stuff like that? Like, we gotta
It's
figure
as
out what causes
American
that?
as apple pie.
It's the whole world, man. It's not
It
half the country, it's half the world at
it's
least. Like,
people
it's
voting
everywhere.
against their interests. That's the issue.
That I
India,
see,
And
I think
it
that's
is the world.
secondary to them
It
just
is the
trying
world.
to vote against other people, like whole communities.
I
It
do
is
think
the
that's
world.
a big part of the reason
Yep.
why there's so much hate. Now that's interesting.
They try to
Hate.
define. See, this is the thing, like, if you're gonna debate with somebody and you pick something that is their strongest political position, and you explain to them that, 1, it's unpopular. It's not even popular. That's what you were saying, voting against your own interest.
Hmm.
2, out of step with their own constituents. It's toxic, racist, xenophobic in origin, whatever it
Mhm.
is, this
Mhm.
policy or political position, and then let them try to argue its validity anyway. And don't let them argue that something which is clearly racist and has negative effects on entire communities isn't racist and doesn't have negative effects on entire communities. Don't let them define
Right.
fear mongering when you know it's fear mongering. Don't let them say it's not racist because of this when you know it is racist. Like,
Mhm.
that's where I get hung up on debating with these people, is because I've already figured out there's no question you're being racist. Voting for Trump is voting for a racist. Now you're doing racism. That's how I look at it. And
Oh, I hear
I
you.
don't think somebody can be like, "No, he's a businessman." No. That's
And they know
That's
that's
what
not
they
them.
that's what I'm
say.
saying, because they're
But
Exactly.
hateful and racist.
underneath, it's yeah.
I don't know how you're
They
gonna solve
know it's
hate.
bullshit.
I don't know how to solve hate. That's the problem. That's the
Yeah,
whole
and
Nobody
I don't
thing.
the
can.
thing is before even solving
Nobody
it,
can.
I don't even know
Like climate change.
truly what's
So
causing it. Like you say it's American as apple pie. That doesn't mean it doesn't have a cause. It doesn't mean like you arrive in this country and
Yeah,
then
fear.
suddenly you get like injected this
No.
irrational hatred.
Fear, ignorance.
There's
It's
still a
been going
cause.
on too long now.
Familial, passed down through
Been going on too
generations,
long. Yeah, I mean,
attitudinal,
they get you at a
it's
young age. It's learned.
othering. Even India has it too, caste system. I mean, it's a human condition.
2 women died in Georgia this week because
Yeah.
they didn't have access to life-saving reproductive care. So
We
it's
found
not
out
like
that 2 of
week?
the deaths that
I thought
happened
it was
this week is the
2022.
week we found out.
it's
Yeah.
not like
point taken
2
still.
it's not like 2 people died because of and like I read I think it was a ProPublica article saying that they died because of Republican healthcare, and I'm like, it's not healthcare
It's
technically.
not healthcare.
Denying access
You couldn't get
to
a
abortion isn't
D&C,
healthcare.
a routine D&C
There's no
to
healthcare. So
to stop infection. It happened in 2022, but it's just coming out now.
but it's
And
not that they died as a result of policy, it's they were killed.
yes,
That policy
Well,
kills
both
them.
is true. Yeah.
yes.
It's now that blood is on
Yeah.
somebody's hands. You can't just say, "Oh no,
Right.
we believe abortion's bad, so
Right.
we made it illegal and people died." Meh,
A
shouldn't have
D&C
got
isn't
pregnant.
even abortion.
It's there's so many layers to the hate and the weirdness and sexism, all this like, whether it's like the cult like religious aspects of it or brainwashing or they're
Mhm.
truly just bad people, whatever it is, there are so many layers to it and there's so many
Many.
different individual cases involved that you can see how it's just like this sprawling toxic thing. And so I do think that addressing the hate in someone and exposing it in the hopes that they'll see their flaw and that it's eating
Yeah.
them alive, like that is a
Yeah.
way to stem the toxicity as opposed to getting them to realize like, no, you should have better wages or or healthcare. You know what I mean? It's like that's so far away from what they're actually worried about, I think.
Ashley Babbitt voted for Obama and then
A lot
voted
of
for
racists
Trump.
did, right?
Let me try this again. Ashley Babbitt voted for Obama, then voted for Trump, and then died for Trump. And to me, that speaks of someone who is both desperate and has no ignorant, basically desperate and has no idea how any of this stuff works. So I have to just look at broadly what these people were
Yeah.
promising. Obama was promising change. Trump was promising change. Neither of
Oh.
them truly delivered. But if you don't have any sort of
Interesting.
understanding of politics and you're only listening to the broad strokes of what they're offering, you
Mhm.
begin to get a clearer picture of what is driving the American people.
I don't think
to
it's clear.
such an
That's anecdotal. That's just one person. See what I'm saying? Like you can't just find one case and go,
Right.
now we're getting a clearer picture.
No, but
It
if
won't
you're
be
going to
clear.
find many cases, you begin with one, and that is a case that is worth studying because that is somebody who was at least sincere in their support for Trump, so
I
much so
don't
that she died.
I don't know that. I think that they were victim to a mob mentality and got
Yeah,
killed. And I think
I
I would
thought so.
start
I think
there
so
by
too.
explaining here's an example of somebody who gave into a mob
Yep,
and got killed.
I agree with
Maybe you
that.
Are
guys
we
shouldn't do
seriously going to
that.
suggest she wasn't sincere in her support for Trump? She was
I
trying to
have no idea.
overthrow
I
the
don't know
government
her.
more than
I
anything.
don't know her.
We don't
I have
know
no idea.
her. She may have been
This
sincere,
seems
but
to
she
me
got
more like a commitment
up.
to just getting comfortable in helplessness, which that I can't.
What do you mean?
It seems like there's an
She was a
active effort
veteran.
not to understand what's going on for fear that we might accidentally help people we hate, which is too
What?
Trumpy for me.
Help people we hate. I
Okay,
don't
hold
hate
on.
anybody. We don't hate anybody.
I'm not being Trumpy.
We
Okay.
dislike
I don't know what
people.
you mean by that. And I'm what do you mean helpless? Like comfortable in
It
helplessness?
just
Like just
it,
give
it,
up
it,
on it?
it's just a left thing that I think we tend to get into, and I'm as much guilty of it as
Get
the
into
next
what?
person.
I ask my guests about this all the time. Like, is it worth what's more valuable? And I compile the answers of what's more valuable, winning over Trump supporters or new voter or people who don't vote. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't ask that because I've made up
Even
my mind and I want them to agree with me. I want to hear all these different replies. It's very
it
interesting.
just seems like any time we try to explore something constructive, somebody leaps onto why that's not the optimal path. And
Oh.
then the whole conversation goes to what would be a more optimal path. And when it seems
Instead
like
of
we're going to
looking
take
at
a
all
few
paths.
steps, and what it seems like we're going to take any path, what it seems like we're going to take a few steps down that one, then somebody else jumps in with why that's it. I actually have these 4 books that explain the history of why this won't work. And I will say it's good for honing our beliefs down to the best possible yada yada. But it's terrible for being active. It's very difficult then to get us to try things. Not necessarily even commit our whole movement forever, but to just to have open discussions about how we can do this or that. As I say it, it becomes less and less clear even to me. So who knows
I
what
have
my
shows
point
Yeah,
is.
planned.
trying
I
to
have
get-
shows planned on this
trying to get
topic
just-
like in the near future. I'm not
Good.
comfortable in
Fair
helplessness.
enough.
I'm certainly not being
Good.
Trumpy. But I don't even really know what that means, but I mean, I'm not lying about anything.
No.
I'm
No,
not
that's fair.
like
That's fair.
I'm not up here just talking shit. We're having a
True.
conversation about it. I'm not cutting you off to just espouse bullshit. Like I don't
Right.
see what's Trumpy about it, but
My
there's-
interest in these people. I'm sorry, go ahead.
no,
I just my interest in these people is it doesn't come from nowhere. It comes out of what I view as sincerely important work. I think even if we have other things to deal with first or other things that would be better to deal with first, we can't just let it rest that there's 70 million people that were willing to vote for
Right.
Trump. Even if we can't save them, if every single one of them will just be the worst see you next Tuesday ever for the rest of their lives, I need to understand how we got there because I
could
saw it
write a
happen
pa-
and I
could
don't
write
understand.
a paper
I
on
want to
this.
understand too.
Please do.
I
'cause
could because
it can't happen
I've thought
again.
about it a long time, and
Dude,
I
guys-
bet I could put the main points of why if I ever
Oh,
sat down and did it.
Please,
Mhm.
I'm not.
either write a paragraph even.
Hold
Just
on.
I need
wouldn't take that
something 'cause
much.
Isn't
I
being
don't-
dismissive just being dismissive? Why is that? That's
It's not
like what
Trumpy.
makes it?
Yeah, even as I
But I don't think I
referring to
was.
one aspect of Trumpy-ishness, and even then, it was too much. But the
Do you
point
think I was being
being,
dismissive though?
no, I just think
No.
I just think we were. I don't even really know.
I don't feel
Look,
There's
the
to
point-
me, I hear what you're doing, and I assume you've done your cost benefit analysis to
Yeah.
this thing, but and I don't think it's like a sunk fallacy, or a sunk cost fallacy, right?
Yeah.
right.
But I do think that all I'm saying is there's, like you said, there's both. There's either the hate, racist, xenophobia, whatever you want to call it, and the fact that the policy is just not popular and their constituents, it doesn't benefit them. So I was addressing both of these things. I just was prioritizing them
Yeah.
in terms of how you get through. Like maybe they'll see the flaw if you help them realize like you're not focused on the policy because you're blinded by hate.
right.
I
Yeah.
think that might be an easier path. That's all I'm saying. There's nothing Trumpy about that. There's nothing
sorry.
dismissive about
I
that.
withdraw that. I officially withdraw
Okay,
my
thank
Trumpy
you.
comment. But
You're absolved, okay?
the thing that alarms me so much, as Sandy was talking about, like I could write a paper about this. Good, because I saw it happen, and I don't even have the ghost of an explanation. What is it Trump said in the debate? The concept of an explanation.
Concept
I
of
don't
an
even have the
idea.
Of an
concept that.
idea of a policy for healthcare.
Yeah,
It's only
but
had
I
8
could
fucking years.
communicate to the
Working on a
audience
concept.
the history of
Oh, this
neoliberalism and Kennedy's effect on the Republican Party. I could explain what happened specifically, but why it worked, Why?
Well, that's
I
the
have no
psychological
idea.
aspect. That's my forte.
We
I
need a
think
psychologicalist.
I
Sandy.
really do think,
Psychologicalist.
Jake, I think you're asking people to step away from what is more of a faith than a view
It
of
feels like it.
politics. I don't think it's as easy as you think it is.
Mm.
Like, I'm not saying
I don't
No,
think it's.
because
I don't
I'm
think
not saying
it
give
may not
up.
be possible. It's
Yeah, but
yeah.
I think that the effort is part of the exploration of, is this possible? Do you know what I mean by that? Like, I
Mhm.
wouldn't say
Yeah.
that I'm
Yeah.
definitely not saying it's hopeless, dude. Fuck it. They're gonna vote how they're gonna vote. What can we do? No. I say pull everyone left. Start in the
It's
middle, because that's
But yeah,
easier, right?
I guess
yeah.
he's looking at
Keep them from going right.
what motivates them, or what is the commonality with them that we have, and that is something you build on,
I
not
think
the
not being
negatives.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. And I think being able to, like how you were saying, like, we need to identify. I think not being able to identify it is scary, because, like,
It's
what is
scary.
it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
'Cause I
why
don't know.
is it possible for so many people to be like, no, dude, that's fucked up? And they're like, no, it's fucked up to me. They're being
And we got
racist
a
to white people. You know,
God damn it. And we
you
got
know
a
what I
baby
mean?
Trump in Florida with DeSantis.
There's going
It's
to be a worse one. There's
there
going to be
is. There's
something
gonna be
way, way worse.
imagine
I don't
Trump
want
if he
that to
was just
happen. I want him to just
5%
go and
less dumb.
sleep. I
It's
don't
not going
want
to
him
be
to be
obvious. It's
I
going
don't
to
want him to
look
be martyred.
normal, and it's going to look
No martyrdom.
more desirable, and it's going to look harmless, and it's going to be way worse. That's just how it is.
And it's gonna
Or
be idiots
it's going to
like
get
me.
uglier. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Thank you, T-Bone. He's got some good comments.
But look, Jake, here, let me just say one thing that might just seem overly constructive or critical. I apologize in advance.
I'll
if it
take
does.
either because I got a
I
whole lot
would
of numbers.
focus on your mission and not what we think of your mission. Don't give a fuck about what I think about it. We're just talking. If I don't
Well,
agree
yeah.
with you, keep on your path.
Yes, your
You don't
mission.
have to tell me I should be doing your thing. That's your thing. I have
Exactly.
lots of stuff planned out
Oh, yeah.
where I want to
Yeah.
have these conversations, and I'm bringing people on to talk about it. But
Fair
I
enough.
was
Yes.
composing an invite today. I was like, Jake's gonna think I'm poaching his idea.
Poach
Oh.
it. I'm
But,
desperate for some.
That's
I'm
what
making it
makes us
'cause I wanna
all
see it.
unique together. We are all different
True.
from each
True.
other. Every single little channel on here, and
All
we
to-
all bring something quite unique to the table.
See, Andrea does this shit too, where she invites these trolls on to debate. And this is what I don't like about it. I don't like to see my friends in the line of fire. I don't. If you're going to put yourself there, okay. But I don't like to see my friends being trolled or treated unfairly. Okay. And so if somebody is going to be on your show, I know you'll take them to task. I know you'll do it. You're very prepared. It'll be awesome, right? On your part. But they will be this unreasonable thing that frustrates me, and it
Mhm.
triggers me, because now it's like, well, what can I do in this situation? How can I help? And I don't like that. And that very much pisses me off. So that's really the only reason why I wish you wouldn't do it. But like,
Have you
that's,
watched The
selfish.
Dude? DOODE, The Dude?
Oh,
He
yeah.
debates all these people.
told me
He's
about that
hilarious.
guy.
He's really good at it. And there's another channel that does it, but The Dude does a good job. I don't know how he doesn't flip it with these people. And they
I
really,
find
oof.
he actually truly, it's so weird that you mentioned that, because I independently of you talked about that, I had just started seeing this dude in the algorithm, and I was fascinated with this stream. And I agree with you. He's got a great show, folks. DOOD, go watch it. It's fun. But I don't
DOODE,
think
The
he's a very
Dude.
I think he is exactly what's wrong with the way most people talk
He's
about politics online. Like somebody will make a point and they will
They get
clearly
derailed.
sincerely believe a
Mhm.
wrong thing, and he'll just go on a tirade, cut them off, and then kick them off
Well,
the
he
channel.
makes fun of them. That's the whole thing.
He
He tells
does.
them they're stupid. He tells them,
Yep.
but the problem is that they are so illustrative of the clueless, ignorant moron out there, and they call him thinking they're going to get over on him, and they don't ultimately, but
So
you know,
the
they
reason I
try.
started
It's like
talking to these
it's like a
folks,
gawking show.
And
His
don't
is
let
like a
them
gawking show.
don't let them redo the agenda midstream
Right.
by throwing something out there. And now you're talking about that instead of the original topic, right? Isn't
Oh, yeah.
that Jake?
well,
That's
that,
your
he takes care of that beautifully, and that's part of why his
okay.
content is very good. But to me, he misses the interesting thing with these people, which is why the fuck they're out there making horses' asses of themselves on the internet
You should just
over
ask people
something.
that point blank.
I'm basically trying to get to that. Maybe I will try to ask
Okay.
it point blank.
Good.
But that's what I want to find out. Like, this person, it's just so clear that they've memorized a set of talking points but have no idea what they mean. And I want to get somebody comfortable enough,
And he
not
shows
make them
that.
feel good, but just get them in a position where they are
Okay.
like, okay, I will now explain how I went down this insane rabbit hole and why I'm out here spouting like, oh, fast twitch muscle fiber and all this insane shit that I just need to know. I need to know for me. And I'll
You know
never
what's
find out.
you know what is wild is I'm sure people come into these conversations and moments all the time knocking doors. And it's like, hi, I'm here to see if you'll consider voting for Harrison Walls. And they're like Trump supporters. They just didn't have a flag up or something, right?
Yeah.
What do you do in that situation? Like, you probably just ask them, what are your top issues?
Find commonality.
You know what I mean? Because
That's what you do.
I talked to my right-wing neighbor about this stuff for years.
Yeah.
And he said, see, we agree on all this stuff. We want
a lot of
corporations to stop interfering, want money out of politics, all this stuff. We agree on all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but you're still racist, dude. And I'm not. And that's not gonna we can't be the same.
But we
And
agree
then
on
they're
all
like,
this stuff.
But
and
I'm
yet
not
he's
a
voting.
racist. I'm voting for
And
Trump, but I'm not a
that's
racist.
such a thing that happens. Like,
It's the racist
now they're talking
ticket.
about racism, but like, go back to the core thing you were just saying. He was saying we agree on all this
He
stuff.
can't do it. He can't do it. It
How
comes
do
down
you-
to the
No,
wall.
no. Even now we're missing it. He said we agree on all this stuff.
Yeah,
Like, we
right.
agree on all these ends we want to get to.
Yeah, but it's
And
how
there
So
to
was
why
he
is
did
he-
use a lot of ends.
how to get
That's what I mean.
That's
Let's
the
stay
problem.
on
How
target
to
for a
get there.
second. We agree on
No,
the things
he's the
we
one
want
who
to-
couldn't stay on target because he would start throwing around the N-word. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
It wasn't me saying,
Yeah.
yeah, but you're racist, aren't you? It was
Right,
him
he
being
did it.
racist that would make me go, we can't talk about these issues.
Wow.
Because he would circle back to a racist angle. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I was engaging.
so
I was
sad.
there for it.
So sad.
The thing that blows my mind is we agree to these goals we want to get to. And yet he's out there supporting candidates who are not trying to get to those goals.
It's mind-blowing.
It's
So that's
mind-blowing.
your job,
Yeah.
Jake. You mean you're trying to educate them on actually how to get to those goals in a non-political,
Did-
non-threatening way?
In the course of this conversation, I had a new plan for how I'm going to talk to these people, but I'm not even really trying to educate
Okay.
them so much as I'm trying to
Okay.
figure out what the
what they
happened
ha-
to their
what
brain.
All
The
right.
te-
Well,
then this
I'm gonna
is worth
find you some
having this
information.
conversation. Okay, the Teamsters, while Biden was
Hmm.
on the ticket, they did polling amongst their members, and Biden was the guy. And it was like 44%, right? Biden in favor of Biden. And now that it's Kamala Harris, it's obvious that they're like, well, we're not going to vote for a woman, and we're not going to vote
There's
for a woman,
tons
of
and it's
women
totally
Teamsters.
changed.
So many women Teamsters.
It's totally changed. Do you see what I'm saying? So now the polls have swung in the other way and they're all voting for Trump. What changed? What
Why?
changed
The lady
this
part says
summer?
it.
Do you see what I'm saying? What changes this summer that would make them suddenly not
because
vote
their
Democrat?
leader went and
can't be
spoke
this
at the
dumb.
RNC. So they're kind of following the leader in a sense, but you don't know what'll happen once they get in the voting booth,
We can't, like,
especially with women.
I'm just saying what I saw from their polls.
no, you're
I mean, It was
right. Like,
online. I don't know if it's
it's so disappointing. Like we can't, guys, gals, we can't be this fucking
It's
backward.
nothing new though.
It's
It's been
my
this way
fucking
for a long
infected
time.
eye is twitching furiously.
I got
That's
I
how
got
annoying these people
Hey,
are to me.
can I change the subject for 1 minute? Jake, did you
Yeah.
go to the doctor? I've been gone. I mean, I
I
see you
actually,
don't have the.
I literally am going tomorrow.
You never went
I got,
since
I got,
yet?
I got.
All
What do you
these
call it?
weeks?
No, I did go, but I have to go back because I
Okay,
got
what
stuff
was the
and I didn't take
diagnosis?
it, and then I
What
lost it.
it's
what was the
hardcore,
di-
Sandy.
No, I just have
what
it.
was the
It's like infected.
diagnosis?
I have an
Yeah.
infected cut.
Okay, that's fucked up, and you can lose your vision. Okay, so you
Yeah.
didn't
I
take the
had
antibiotics, and you
I forgot.
actually,
I'm
Jake.
basically a dog.
God
all right.
damn.
he told me he's like because I checked on him. I was like, "Are you taking your?" I'm like his mom. Are you taking your antibiotics? He goes, "When I remember." And I
Jake,
was like,
that's
Jesus
why people
Christ.
get
put a note-
antibiotic resistance and die from stupid shit. That's why
I know.
America's fucked up. All right, I'm done.
I got
You're right.
an
I
eye
don't want anything to
infection.
happen to you.
Last
Oh.
Thursday, I got an eye infection, and I woke up and I was like, "Is my eye swollen?" And Carrie was like, "It's not as bad as Jake's, but yes."
God.
And I was like,
was it pink
"Okay."
eye?
I said, "Okay, if this
Oh,
isn't better
shit.
by Monday, I'm going to the urgent care or whatever." And it's fine. I mean,
It
can you
went
tell?
away. Maybe it was pink eye.
No,
to
it looks
start,
great.
You know, it could have started as pink eye.
I
That's
think
a bacterial. I think.
I got smacked in the
Ooh,
eye
ouch.
because there was a
Oh
couple
no,
of
those kids.
there was multiple scuffles last week that I
Oh.
was breaking up. And
Oh my God,
That
you had to
sucks,
be
dude.
tough guy. Jeez, that's not easy.
I told this kid, I said, "Matt, I do not want to end up on one of those stupid fight videos." And he goes, "Oh, Mr. Matt, you're on a couple of those videos." And I was like, "Oh God." He goes, "Do you want to see it?" And I was like, "No, I don't." I said, "Because I don't want you looking at it. Delete that." So
Oh.
painful. But you know, I think it was allergies. Or I got
Possibly.
smacked. I don't know one of
One or the
those. I
Yeah.
think it was it
Well,
might have been allergies.
Flip a coin. One, if they both happen.
But it went away pretty
Indeed.
quickly. What I did was
Good.
cold compress right away.
hmm
Okay.
And you know, Tylenol.
Well, Jake, just take care of yourself because we would not want to see you permanently with a pirate patch.
Fair. As fantastic as that would look.
I
fair
now
point.
have to know I'm going to text you and bug you.
Can you imagine?
I will-
Realize that.
I just imagine myself like taking a bullet
Mama.
for Jake. Like somebody's shooting wildly, and I jump in front of Jake, and he's leaning over me, going, "I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. What can I do?" And I go, "Stop debating maggots, dumb fuck." He's like, "I can't do it." And I'm like, "Then this was all for nothing."
Oh, all for naught. It was all for naught.
Earn
Jake!
this.
All for naught. That hurts. Oh my God. All for
I wish I
naught.
didn't swear. I could have put this on TikTok.
Oh, so do it again. Okay, retake. All for naught.
No, that's
Everybody will understand that then. I took the TikTok away. I have to start all that over.
Oh,
I don't-
fair enough.
I don't have time. I have too many things here. Once I finish the gardens and everything for the season, I'll have a few months of maybe learning how to do a few more things. But TikTok wasn't working because it was a TikTok that was linked to my personal old stuff. And I don't want my contacts in there. I want to start fresh. I don't want to
Fair.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have to start it over
I'm
again.
a fan of that. Look, I was on Twitter for a long time with like a couple of hundred followers, like just being like angry,
No,
like
I'm not
everybody
angry.
else, retweeting the Young Turks all the time. And
Oh
then
no, that's different. Where from
I
where.
got off, came back, and it was like whew, all new, unbelievably cool.
God, we've got so
You gotta
many
hit reset.
loving.
Yeah.
And
we've
I
got
was
loving
the letter hack too,
Ah,
and it was
In-
miserable.
In the spring, I told myself I'm not gonna do any social media unless I have a plan for it anymore. I hate when there's essentially dead accounts, which is just what I was opening up everywhere. where
Yeah,
it
play.
doesn't actually serve a function for the audience. It's
Mhm.
just an attempt to pull people off one platform and put them on another.
Yeah.
And look, I understand why people do that. Okay, sure, that's fine. But like to me, as a consumer of this stuff, it annoys me to see that. So I might start like a TikTok account, but that's only if I have an idea for like a series of interesting TikTok videos.
Yeah, my friend Dr. Jane Vedes, and she is a OBGYN, a professor, and she's practicing. Her TikTok is taking off because she's
Oh,
educating
a lot
in,
of close-ups.
women's rights. No close-ups, Jake. You're
Fair enough.
disgusting.
I
Okay,
Sorry.
TikTok is
that's
disgusting.
okay.
There's
Yeah, but
I'm
she's
just scrolling
educating people
TikTok and
on
it's
good
like, oh,
stuff. Oh,
I have
I've
to look
never done.
around like
I've
hope
I've
nobody
gotten
saw that.
I've gotten shit on Twitter. I just did some kind of hashtag, and all of a sudden, I mean,
Oh,
stuff that it's not like I'm a prude, but it was like,
it's
wow,
but
kids
my
can see this
father-in-law
shit.
could be sitting right. Yeah, and it's weird. You could be on a bus and
I mean,
somebody's like, "Oh,
these were
really?"
like
And you're like,
really
"No, actually."
this was hardcore pornography, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I don't pornography shame or any of that shit. It was just shocking that kids could see it, just like the asshole downtown who had the fuck Biden on his
This
garage
is
when the school buses go by.
Yeah, exactly. But this is what I was talking to Andrea about a few weeks ago. It's like, no, I don't have a problem with porn, but I'm on Instagram. Like, what is this shit? Or I
Right,
don't have a problem
Yeah,
with
right,
porn, but I was
right,
on Twitter. Like,
right.
same.
can I
Like,
not control what I see here? That's because,
No,
if you go to a
if you
porn site
no,
and
if
you
you
see
put in certain
politics, you'd be like, why the fuck am I seeing
right.
politics on this porn site?
There's
Which is
certain
why
hashtags that trigger that stuff, and
that's
it
a
was
good
something I was looking
SNL skit
for.
right there.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not sure if I told this to you guys, but I do think it would be amazing on April Fools to do a stream which is literally just a standard stream, but it's put on to like YouPorn or RedTube or whatever, and there's just like a big wobbly dildo on the desk. I don't know why I think that'd be so funny, but it's like,
It's funny.
Just sit here with a wobbly dildo on the desk.
yeah,
It is funny.
I
and
guess
like
I'd
the
have to
rest of
go
it's
purchase a
just
wobbly
a
dildo.
yes, that's right. I would have to go purchase a second less giant wobbly dildo so it could
Oh,
fit
you
on
have a
screen.
prop?
Okay,
You have a prop?
Jake, I've
Yeah.
been looking for this for a few minutes. I found something. The
You
link
see
that
what
I
I
just
wrote you.
putting in the private chat. I want you to have it. I think you'll benefit
Okay.
from this. You've probably seen it before.
Oh, is it a large one?
Ooh.
Oh, yes, very nice, but okay.
Have you read
Sandy,
this?
your timing was perfect.
Have you read that? It's not pornographic, everyone.
It
No,
is to me.
but it looks interesting, and I'd like to read it.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. No, I haven't read this.
Me
Yeah,
neither.
because I had this. Like I told you, I've been trying to prepare for. What
Good.
I like about this here, I'll just show real quick to everyone. What I like about this is that it tells you, and this is what you can do. It tells you what you can do if you live somewhere with Republican members of Congress, and what you can do if you live somewhere with Democratic members of Congress, all in the context of defeating MAGA. So
Right.
it's not
Hell yeah.
just going after the bad guys, so to speak, but it's like, how can you get your current Congress people to work toward that? So anyway, this is pretty thorough.
Nice, thank you. I'm
Yeah.
glad you
So
shared
anyway,
this.
check that out.
All right, I want to
Hell
keep
yeah.
that. I kept the link open. I'm gonna check it out. All right,
I
guys,
think
I'm getting tired.
it was like any minute now.
I
I was
hope
like,
I'm
Andrew's
not.
not here. This is not
I
going to go
know.
till 1:30, 2 a.m.
Well, I'm tired because I didn't get home until today. I've been
Yeah.
all this traveling,
That's
and then I
rough.
had to run around, and I had to stop in Erie County and pick up 600 signs. But
Yo.
I have a pickup truck, so they're all
Wait,
back there. I'll deliver
signs.
them
Did you
for
already
for the local party in our county. I went to
600?
Yes, we're hoping that people actually put signs out of all the different
Hell yeah.
candidates. All
That's
the
a
badass
badass
all the
party.
well, all
You
the
guys are gonna
different
rage.
candidates. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna
Wait, are
raise
you talking about political party or
Yeah,
like?
I picked up their signs. I went up to Erie
I
County
thought you
and
were
I
talking
picked
about like a get together, like
No.
a mixer.
No, I'm trying to help people do things, and I was gonna be up there, so I mean, my
That's
kid
awesome.
I
Good
yeah,
on you,
well,
Sandy.
I live in a yeah, but I gotta make sure I got a camera on my mailbox and shit, put up if
Oh,
I put up
yeah.
any signs because they knocked mine down last 2020, but I do have a camera, and I do have, you know but the whole point is I just don't know, yet what I'm gonna do, but I was helping out because I stayed at my daughter's. We got in at 1 o'clock in the morning. She kicked me out of her house at 7 o'clock. Oh, the dogs. I have to go to work. The dogs. So I left, goofed around till 9, picked up all those signs, did some shit, came home, and I just came home today. Haven't even unpacked. I'm not a
Well,
big
I'm a
tripper.
How's
huge fan of like coming home from vacation and taking one more day off.
yes. Yeah. How's
Transition day.
is your back just like killing you, or is it feeling a lot
No,
better
it's
for
my
some reason?
shoulder. I fucked that up
What?
a couple of months ago. It's probably rotator cuff. I want to make a
Oh.
comment to somebody who said blue MAGA establishment Democrats live in a small town like I live in. It's the only game in town to meet people that have any kind of intellectual thing going on in red America where I live, and nobody feels it's vote blue no matter who. We feel that it is vote blue so that we can actually have choice in the future. Not
Yeah,
I
and
I don't meet people like that, Melanie. I talk to people and I actually talk a lot about the climate crisis. And I was shocked how many people think we're fucked. And
Those
these are
fucking Democrats are not talking about the climate enough.
no, they're not
yeah.
at all. It's disgusting because
Oh,
it's corporatist. It's not, they're just looking at the technology will save us. Nobody's talking about it the way it should be talked about. Nope, I am, but
also, we got to take these punks over. I'm sick of Democrats getting to say they are the leftist party. Okay, you
I
said
don't
that,
know
so
if that's
leftists are going to take you
possible.
over.
That's why we
They're
need more than just 2 parties.
probably not, but we can take over individual
I
chapters
know,
here and
Melanie.
there. What you're doing is fantastic. If you're a big presence in that in that organization next year, when it comes time to support
I'm
candidate
not
A
a
or
big
B,
presence.
if you become one, if
I
you, I
don't
mean,
wanna
you're the
be.
lady that got the signs.
I was
That's
already
something.
on the board. I got off it. I was already on the board. I've been on all kinds of shit where I live. I'm
The
just not I
the
don't wanna
point
do that
being,
anymore.
the imperfection of these parties is not a reason to not get involved with them. It's a reason to take them over.
Right.
So
But
so
I'm
get
the only
comfortable with those ideas, gang.
well, the
I'm
only
talking
thing
to the
I'm doing
audience now because
Oh,
Sandy's
okay.
already
Uh,
doing the
'Cause
Lord's work.
I've done it all, and I'm tired, but I've been the treasurer of the environmental organization around here. I've done it all. I'm
Hell yeah.
tired. I'm done.
And you
I'll
have a
pick
whole
up
ass channel that you do where you put out hours of
yeah,
content.
and
You
a
don't have to have the whole world
homestead,
on your shoulders.
and I have rescue
Yeah.
cats and a lot of things that are hurt, and now the shoulder is the
Mm,
messed up one. That's because I did
mm.
that I did it in June and lifted too heavy of a garbage can to go to the dump, and I heard it, and I've been babying it, and this trip just took it. And I don't want to go to the doctor to have them tell me I have to go to physical therapy. That means driving and a copay. I can't afford
Mm.
that. I can't. So I'm trying to do it myself.
Chiropractor.
There's nothing
Uh,
here. It's not a chiropractic thing. This is the shoulder. It might be a rotator cuff.
No,
I don't know.
if you can find a good chiropractor, they'll
Yeah,
give you exercises to do that
100
that will
miles
help.
away.
Yeah,
Well,
one trip.
it was getting better until I went on this trip. And my
mm.
daughter insisted on not checking, anything and whatever. It just happened. I'm not getting any younger. Shit happens. I have to remember that I cannot do the same shit that I might have used to. I
Yeah,
never.
but you are getting better.
I'm getting better.
Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, I'm good.
Pitch
like
whatever you got before you leave. What are you promoting this week? Are you doing
I
a
Yeah.
show or are you too burnt?
No, I'm doing a show Friday, but truthfully, guys, this is like I have no clue yet. I've got ideas, and I'm kind of thinking about asking Jim to join me because he just came out with a new video and talking about the extreme weather that has to do with water that's happening. So Jim Massa, oceanographer,
Yeah.
I gotta get in touch with him. He's in Alaska. I kept at the Portland airport. I kept seeing all the Alaska planes. I said, Dawn, let's go. We'll go up to Jim's, hang out. He'll have to drive us around and show us the melting glaciers.
That kind of still kind of nice up there, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would. I would.
He's cool. He built his own place. He has to truck in water. They don't have like water because he's on permafrost. They don't have water. You have to truck it in. Jim's cool.
I would love to do like an art piece slash insanely expensive stunt where you give a sightseeing tour of glaciers of like ice sheets, ice flows where they used to be but are not. It's like, oh, and over to the left is where 10 years ago you would have seen a sheet of ice that had been there for 10,000 years. Of course, now it's just water. And if you look over to your left, more just water. Oh my God, it's all
Okay.
melting.
It's so
Yeah.
simplistic to Jake.
We would hike up to
It
Isabel
is.
Glacier in Colorado, and my brother was there one time. He's like, "Why do they call it a glacier?" And I was like, "Because it was at one point." And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll show you pictures when we get home." And we went
That's
online, and I was like, "See how people used to ski on it all summer?
It's a tragic, sad
It's just
situation.
a mountain."
A mountain of ice with snow on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lake in front of it now, which is
Oh God.
not normal.
You want to go swim in the glacier?
Yeah,
Welcome to 2024.
it's weird.
Thank you, Melanie. I'm giving a shout out to Melanie Daniels. She's cool. She's my director. You can always free ball it. Just free ball it. Just do whatever
did
I
you
want
know?
Friday night.
That should be a fucking
how
show title.
Free balling.
Hey,
I'm
this is Matt.
free
Welcome to
balling.
Free Ball. What are we going to talk about today?
Not pickleballs.
You know
No
what?
clue.
I'm in on free balling. If we ever decide that we're going to
Yeah,
collectively
you tell me.
do that.
Listen, I don't have balls, but I had hard-boiled eggs from the motel we stayed in that were in a thing, and my brother, we were at breakfast, I ripped it out. My brother's like, they do look like balls. We're laughing. They did. We stayed in a motel. Like the door was
that's fun.
outside, and
I love those.
they had lots of
It's fun.
flowers. They kept it up nicely.
Nice. I do want to I want to stay in like a I don't even know, like a chain, like a Best Western or something. Any place where you go into a lobby and at like 6 a.m. they have mini muffins that you can eat.
Oh, this was the place.
Good.
And then that when they were watering the flowers, you walk underneath and get dripped on.
Sure.
I mean, but but for what it was affordable,
Yeah.
which is not easy anywhere anymore if you're staying somewhere, because my brother couldn't put all of us up in his house at all. But they were nice though. We could get our hard-boiled eggs that look like testicles.
Like nuts, sure.
Well, they did. Well, they
Awesome.
didn't have sugar in them. Tried to stick to it's hard on vacation when you're going out to eat meals, and but we did the healthy things. We went Thai, and we went to some decent places that had good choices. So, yeah, it was fun.
Hell yeah.
I'm just
See
glad
what
to be
Jake's doing
home.
now? You guys see me doing
to
this
do it.
all the time,
I
right?
can't even
constantly
lift my arm to do it.
and
Yeah.
this and this.
I
I'm
can't even
always
lift
fucking.
my arm to do it. It hurts.
I'm adjusting
You're
nonstop.
You're adjusting.
Oh, yeah.
The right place though. I'm always
Like,
adjusting. I'm always
jeez.
adjusting like this. How I sit on my chair, I'm
Yeah.
adjusting. It's
Right,
like,
I'll do a
oh
little-
God. And sometimes my people in the chat, they'll say, we did notice you were scooching around a lot. I'm like, well, there's always something wrong
Oh.
with me.
Yeah, everything hurts. That's just the way of things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write
It's-
that song. Everything hurts.
We're
My
all
younger-
just living in a Russian novel. basically.
Everything
Doing our
hurt.
best.
My younger brother just turned 40. And I said, man, 40 to 45 is so good. And 45 till, I'm going to be 50 in December. It's been good too. But things will hurt for no fucking reason. Like,
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning sometimes and I'm like, oh, my feet are killing me. I was like, I've been in bed for 6 hours. Why do my feet hurt?
That's weird.
So weird. Yeah.
From playing tennis the day before?
Probably.
I will
Wow.
say
No,
that
I just
well, historically, I have had plenty of injuries and even repeat injuries. The main thing that has changed for me that's letting me know I'm aging is those injuries are replaying themselves for no reason, like a best of tape, you understand?
Oh,
Basically, the
remember
reason
me?
I've never had a shoulder injury. I've always been able to lift, a garbage
Oh.
can for
I had a mighty shoulder
Not-
injury,
wait, I
and they're
can't-
saying, "Aye, lad,
you.
we're avast, we're
Well,
back."
the shoulder, just
It
take
is
care of
Pirate
that
Day.
eye. It is.
It's
Arr.
midnight on the East Coast, and
Oh.
me mateys, it's Talk Like a Pirate Day officially.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
12 o'clock. Boom, boom. So, yeah, I never even got used to the time change. Like, it was immediate for me.
Oh
3
yeah,
hours.
fuck it.
Oh,
I
that's
never thought about it. It
disappointing.
was 3 o'clock there and 12 o'clock at home. I didn't even think about it. I just thought about the time where I was and went with it. And my
Yeah.
family's going, "Oh, the time
Yeah.
change." I'm like, "What the fuck? What's with the time change?"
Yeah, it's a human construct. Ignore it. Hey, Jake, what do you got
Ignore it.
going on this week? You want to plug anything, or since you're not just
Yeah.
going to disappear on us?
We're all gonna
Oh,
disappear
God, you're-
together.
This is what you do if you don't disappear. There's technically some sort of like more
Oh, you
formal.
act like a professional when you
way
plug
to
your show, and
leave.
you okay? I guess I'll take a whack at it.
No.
So I'm gonna do 2 shows. One of which I was inspired by a conversation with Pinky. One of which I just came up with, meow. And that's gonna be my I don't know. Hold on to your butts because the following is happening. Basically, I'll just pitch one because I want the audience to gather some MAGA folks for me. And,
All
and
right.
here's the idea.
Oh,
So I'm
boy.
pitching all your audiences to go get me their MAGAist friends. I think I think we might have some shared hate. I'm ready to give up on love. All right. My heart's been
Only
broken
love
too often.
remains, baby.
I think we can just hate at this point with MAGA. I think if I get a chart
Uh,
of 10 people and there's 5 Republicans and 5 Democrats on it, and I pick the right 5 for each, I think we can get a mixed political audience voting that they would like to see 51% of those people in jail. Not that 51% of those people did a crime or even should go to jail, but just that they would be happy to find out that those punk asses are
Look
going
at your
to jail.
mic. Pretty.
Pretty sure.
So
Pretty sure.
that's the concept. Then the other is just going to be speed dating, but as a debate.
Okay, speed date. Oh, pretty sure. And
Speed
yours is
debating.
Not sure? Oh, sure enough. Oh my God.
That was Jake's idea.
That's great. I love it. Mine's
He put that
upside-
idea on
Mine-
You
Discord,
could
I
say-
think.
Mine's upside down.
You could
great.
have yours say surefire.
Yeah, or
'Cause you're the
yeah.
fire.
Sure
you're
fire. That's a
passionate.
planet.
Boom.
Boy. Oh God. Of course. I would say
Well,
that.
I am going to be back here Friday night at 10 p.m.
Right,
We're going to be
after me.
reviewing some very, very artful comics that are even in a Italian museum currently. I'm pretty sure an Italian museum. There's an art museum. It's 6 floors, nothing but comic art.
Wow.
Yo.
Pretty fucking cool. But there's one artist featured who did a collaboration with Lou Reed at one point, adapting The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. And he has another adaptation of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde that is so cool. I want everyone to know about it. A friend of mine's actually at this museum now. He was over there and he's texting me all these pictures. And I go, oh, I forgot about this one artist. I'm going to let everyone know. So that's how we're going to start Friday's episode. And then I'm going to do part 2 of 3, reading from my latest novella.
Oh, that's my favorite. My
So-
favorite.
All those sound like fun.
I love your reading. So I have to go back
Thanks.
and catch up because
Oh yeah, there's only one part, so
Yeah,
you should be able to do
right.
that. And
Yep.
then and listen to it on 2x maybe. But
No, you're coming. I don't want to listen to it on 2X.
and then Monday, Brittany Page right here. And we'll be looking at an interactive map of sundown towns in the US. Which is,
Yeah,
if you don't know what that is, tune
Mhm.
in, tell you all about it.
good.
And we'll look at this map. And
Glad
then
you're doing it.
Wednesday, tease it out. David Dole probably be on Left Past 10. It's not
Oh,
a
that would be
guarantee,
Cool.
but David Dole, the Rational National, should
Yeah.
be here next Wednesday.
Very nice.
You know, these
Very
people
nice.
are busy, so we can't guarantee he'll
Mhm.
sit here till midnight with us. But you know, it'd be cool to have him on even for a little while to get that
Ben
you know,
Dixon was a
Canadian
good sport.
perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Ben was a good sport.
And then
Yeah, it was.
Friday wrapping up part 3. So that's
Okay.
that.
Hell yeah.
And
Oh,
I'm going to the Majority Report live show in Brooklyn. I don't think I'll be alone, but those tickets are going to sell out this week, people. So if you're planning on going, get your tickets now.
all right. Well, I actually
chance to
have
hang
to
out.
ask you guys a question before I leave. I want to show you something. I would like to do some political commentary on my other channel. Here, you look. I'm going to show it to
Yo.
you. But
Are you
I
putting it
want
in
you-
Discord?
No, I'm going to put it right in the
Private chat?
no, I'm going to put it right in the chat.
Oh,
I want if
Mm.
you guys can help me out because you need 1,000 to be
Yeah.
oh shit, it didn't let me get it. You need 1,000 people to okay, here we go. To do live streams. So if I make videos, I don't want to bore everybody on my regular channel with my political stuff. So if you can help me go sub over there. I've got a couple
you-
of videos up there.
If you put it in the private chat, I can put it into a link shortener and then put
I
it back
did
in the
that.
private.
Okay. I just did that. Just
Oh,
help
good.
me.
There you
It's called, what do I call myself there? Ms. Blue Ocean.
oh yeah,
I
cool.
don't, yeah. And I would
Oh,
like to do
nice.
politics there and have a different crew because I think my regular environmental coffee house is definitely well suited for our science and things like that. But
I put it in my chat.
all right.
Mine
I don't
too.
think everybody's thrilled with my political stuff. So why not?
Hell
Heck
yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Go for it.
Hell yeah. I'm a big fan of the multi-channel experience.
Thanks,
I'm not
guys. Oh, and I'm
competent enough
also
to
on
run
I'm
one.
on Rumble now too, you know.
Oh,
Are
I'm
you
waiting.
really?
Yeah, I
You
put up a
badass. I
few. I
love it.
put up my Agenda 21 up there. Oh, I'm waiting to see how long it is before I get kicked off. I have to now work this week on putting some videos up there and see what happens. I did it. Well, what the hell? You know, we'll see.
Yeah, I think that's fun. Honestly.
social media with purpose.
Well,
Go for
see
it.
if,
That's what we're saying.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know public
Take a whack.
utility, everything is political, but I think I want to do. I want to be what? Bi-channel. There you go. I
That's
just coined
good.
a new term. And at that,
I
good
like
night, guys. I'm tired and I really need a good night's sleep. So
Jake, are you
I will
tired?
see.
Or are you going? Should we
I'm
just
probably
end it?
gonna- I'm probably yeah. Let's do it. Let's go out together. Not
All
unlike
right.
David Koresh's
good
friend.
night, everybody. We
All
love
right.
you.
Good night, guys.
Thank you for
Thanks
everything.
for hanging
guys.
out.
Bye.
Yeah. Do not talk over the goddamn outro. Do not.
I don't know why you would think I would.
LT9K is going to get pissed.
Oh, he'll forgive us.
He's always
He'll
like,
forgive us.
shut up. No talking. Shut up.
He knows our weaknesses. He knows our
That's what it is.
tendencies. Oh,
I'm not
I
really
will say-
talking. I'm just saying, like, I'm giving commands. Not.
I would like another song like this from Andrea.
This is
this
the
one's
second
gold.
one.
You're not going to do better than this. This is the vibe of the show.
This is the second one, I think, too, right?
I think
I
so.
think she did another one.
But this is the vibe.
I could be wrong. You're right.
It's
All
a
right.
cool panic attack.
See you next
I
time,
like
man.
See you, buddy.